Alright. Well, restarting stream because my computer decided to just turn off. Just gave up. I'm not reporting the crash to AMD. I already know it's because of my CPU.
One versus four. Neptune still on the old donut. We'll see if he can't find something now as they start to put the pressure, tighten the screws around Celium.
Yeah, and no time on the clock, so not cooking up anything there. But even in a 1 versus 4, you see 04, he's not overchallenged. He'll slide across the door. He'll wait for his teammates. You cannot afford to make mistakes, as Atlanta FaZe might have done in that round. You call him the Hellstorm. I'm thinking you're trying to catch the players as they're running in towards Ticket. Atlanta FaZe had the right bodies in the right spots, but unable to actually execute on the kills. And then Vancouver, make sure you get back to Abuza and help him out. He was isolated by the stage, but still had the pockets, had the...
Well, again, once that happens, you're looking good. Vancouver attacking round. Avoid all the streak problems right now that FaZe can throw at you, and if anything, it helped you out. So, back to a square up fight. I wonder how this is going to go for Surge. Eyes on Draz, shots fired, and they are pushing for the kill. 04 is the man at the charge. He is the helm, and finds himself a
Oh my god.
Absolute huge catch, and there's the momentum you're looking for. Still just execute. Abizi and Celium are the two most close players we have in this league, and they get offered nothing. Vancouver Surge playing with some pace. They want to start attacking, and that was a beautifully orchestrated round. And everything going right. 04 gets the first 2 kills, and Neptune gets off the donut. Pro players have talked about this all the time in S&D. You feel when you don't have a kill, as soon as you get the first one, you're a little bit more free.
Pressure gone, 3-3 in round count. And Vancouver Surge, that is the initiative he wanted. Off the back of the 04 two-piece, right off the rip. He finds a very small window to work with. Under the radar of FaZe, he snuck on through and finds 2. That changes absolutely everything, folks. Here we go. FaZe back on the attack, and it's been looking good so far. No streaks, no shenanigans. Guns and bombs.
Great dodge on those nades. Making a little bit of noise, maybe trying to keep Vancouver honest right now. 2-man setup on defense over towards B for Vancouver. A player in a power position, Nasty up top and roaming over towards A. But you see 04 starting to drift back over towards the middle of the map. Vancouver are ready to respond to this pressure. The question is going to be the timing. How quickly can they suss out the A approach? Simp is on his way.
Nasty, no trophy up there, but he's not going to be in that position. Here's the glass break, backs away. You've given up a lot of space for FaZe, but they've taken it slowly.
Yeah, and 04 has just now started to rotate back, so he's going to be a little bit late to the party as Simp taking the exact same route.
Time gets spotted this time, though. 04 deals with it, nearly the 2-piece.
Oh my god.
Neptune, though, on the trade. Great work. Draza looking for another Neptune, keeps his head down, stays alive. Here comes Abuza.
Oh my god.
The Alaskan assassin strikes.
Draza just snapped.
Seconds, though. Got to go get that bomb. And he had the intel on Neptune, but wrong gun for the
Back
job.
up, back
He
up, back
still
up. Oh my
have to
god.
go
Oh, they're
collect
chasing
that
his shit.
bomb in a 1 versus 2. Hey,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, dude.
or not, Neptune is settled in. That is a wild round, but that all
That would have been the
comes down to
fucking sickest
timing
clip of the weekend.
04 making it back like towards his teammates. And he literally had it dialed in to perfection, able to catch it easy as he's moving across, and then Simp was just left out to dry. And that is the name of the game on red card more often than not. You don't want to just give up that B-bomb site for free, but if the pressure's towards A, you have to be just perfectly on point to make it back. Surge have come to play.
4-3. It's 1st to 6 for the new viewers. And Vancouver Surge are doing the seemingly unthinkable. Attacking around for them once again. They've had a lot more success towards the A-bomb site. But that just means that we haven't seen any good B just yet. Beautiful shots. Welcome to local area network, friends.
That is a phenomenal angle as well. And Vancouver Surge also waiting for a mistake to be made. They have the first blood, but they're not overcommitting.
I really wish Draza clutched that. That would have been so far.
Eyes on Simp out towards mid. Maybe waiting for a pinch to roll through, but Atlanta FaZe very stagnant now on the defensive end. They want to try to steal this clutch away. Vancouver Surge do not want to give it to them.
Yeah, they're still playing heavily towards B, and that's where the bomb is now going as well. 04 is the carrier on your screen.
They heard
Noise
that.
heard. Draza damage. Abizi as patient as ever, but wait. Neptune finds one on the pitch and wait. He doesn't see the barrel, so 04 dives into his death. 2 players on site. Abizi finds his second. Traded out immediately.
Damn.
No. Albuza now in the 1v2.
That is an instant 2v4 clutch potential. In the battle of the clutches, Abizi has one of the best percentages in the league, and well, so does Abuza. Problem for Abuza, wrong gun for the job. These are not the 2 players to go to that bomb site. Ridiculous clutch there out of Atlanta.
Yo.
Abizi held it down.
That round fell apart so quickly for Vancouver.
You heard?
Abe with the patience, even with his barrel poking out. 04 was too hot on trying to catch the kill with Raz.
Yo.
And Abuza, again, a man who can't hit a clutch or
Can you hear
two,
me or
but right
not?
now the
Yeah, I
Tens,
can hear you.
very much off the back of
All
6,
right.
12 and 3.
Yeah,
a little bit too
I'm
hot to
on
handle. 4-4.
At this level, you make a mistake, you just lose the maps. Well, here's
Fucking
your
draws
nice
almost
second
clutched a
look at it.
crazy ass 1v3 right now.
And just clean and easy.
Oh,
You get the
come on.
first one for free. You got 100 HP.
let me see
for
share
the
the screen.
gunfight. Abizi wins that 10 out of 10 times.
Dude,
but
this search is
they
crazy.
blew away their Hellstorm round. They bailed
It's a
themselves
phase
out
and
in
surge.
the last one. Now we're back squared up.
Yeah, we got to beat real fast this time around. Good news though for the Surge. They've got 2 members on defense over there, 04 and Net. They're playing it close though, so they're not going to have information until those members of phase are at the doorstep. So here we go.
What is that spot? Yo, that is
Oh
next
shit,
level.
it's
They got it.
4-4.
Yeah, it was like 3-1, and then Surge just bounced back.
Neptune on the bomb. A lot of gunfight here, and it's
This is
getting
about to
hot
go
on the
crazy.
side.
Watch this shit.
Oh, Neptune, we're
Abizi
bringing
just
out
popped a
the
crazy 2-piece last round too.
Abizi and Sim Tateras working together through
Wait,
a
what the
door
fuck? Oh,
and
Vancouver got that shit.
slams. Neptune showing off the
Dude, Simp
move.
is on,
That's a
like, fucking
cheeky
13
spot
right
over
now.
Towards that B bomb site, found a little bit of elevation.
This is fucking
That's
farming.
the first time I've seen it. I don't know if Atlanta phase has,
I think
but
when it was like 2-0 that, or no, when it was
nonetheless,
3-1, that fool was already on like 9 kills.
That's map point right now for Vancouver.
That's crazy work.
Final moments to
Fucking
make a
Draza in
deciding
the
call
first
here.
map was 3 and 14 until they were like
Phase on this
150 to
defensive round as well.
100, and they still fucking won, dude.
There is definitely no clear-cut advantage
That's
right
crazy.
now outside of Sim's ridiculous stat line.
Yeah, dude, like I didn't even
Great
notice
game.
either until like the 4th hill. I'm all, what the fuck? My bro was 3 and 14
Watch
and they're
this shit.
winning.
Surge tied over
You
here.
got players like Hydra that can
Dude,
apparently
this is
see
crazy.
through walls. Got new
That'll be
spots
sick
coming out
around
over towards
11
the B-bomb
because
site.
the LAT game was
Credit
fucking
corners
like
being
20 minutes.
delivered as well, and maybe an RC car that'll show off something good.
Who's
won?
eating that nade? LAT, they 3-0'd.
Drag to get rid of it.
Wow.
Poke the
They
eyes
3-0'd
out of
Ravens,
phase.
like, for
Now
the
Draza
fucking
has to
4th
move
time
on
this year already.
Washington over towards Hedges, but
Yeah, that's
Nev's gonna
bullshit.
RC
I
of
don't
his
know
own.
what to find out. Whatever.
into the site.
Ooh.
Gets a bit of damage off the trade immediately.
Oh my
before picking
God.
up.
Love the follow-up. One of 8 players I trust with that. And now Abuza the
What'd I
follow-up.
tell
Another
you, bro? Watch this
2v4
shit.
for Simp and Celium. They need this for the map win, and that's bombed
Ooh.
down.
Neptune, can he clutch?
Oh shit.
What?
Oh my god.
That's the map.
Neptune's gonna talk his shit. No, they're not face to face this time.
He put his stamp on the round. We're all tied up 1-1 going into control.
Holy.
Difference maker right there between a potential cell verse or
Bro, that was
1v4
crazy.
he could have had, but a snap
Game.
like that shuts that door. And that's a massive
I
comeback
need to
as
watch
well.
this
Sim
back.
just gave you a 14-5 performance. Started out 9-0 and has to hold that L. Vancouver Surge. Happy
Yeah,
to see
14
that
and 5 out of
Sim
Sim to
destroyed.
lose is
Again,
fucking
in my
crazy.
mind, this is a team that they want to see the map.
To lose the
by.
map
They
too?
want
Yeah.
to go to that dealership. Well,
That's
they delivered on
insane.
map number 2. The opportunity is there.
They could argue trade the Haciendas.
What
This could
the
go
fuck?
either way, folks. What a fantastic series we have got in our hands so far. What dealership SD?
Hey, bro, I got two,
Back on the menu, That's what I'm talking
two
about.
clients,
Control
right?
right now
Mhm.
as we tie things up. Composure is certainly
And
there
look
for
what
both
they
of our
gave
teams.
me, bro.
A little bit of a hotter hand when it comes to the respawn, but now that
Yeah,
we've got
guys,
ourselves to the
this is
halfway mark with at
focus.
least a 1-1, I feel like we've got a longer series ahead of us. But hey, we'll find out. In the meantime, it's back to the beach.
Welcome to the beach. Thanks, fam.
Be here.
Miami, we're having
Holy shit. Oh, I don't see that shit.
I don't know if you can see it or not. Here, hold on.
Oh man, I gotta click this shit. Oh, there we go. Yo, what the fuck?
Fuck, I can't even see. There it is.
Dude, that's fire. What the hell?
Yeah,
That's
it's like the
OG?
2015 one. This is cool.
Dude, that's sick as fuck.
Yup, yup.
What the hell? Fucking game fuel.
There was this one dude that said he has hella, he has hella, I forgot what it was, like Chicago something?
Oh, the Huntsman merch?
Chicago Huntsman gear, I think. Yeah, I think they said he had
Dude,
Huntsman
what?
gear and then Optic Chicago gear.
Oh, dude, I fuck with the Optic Chicago stuff.
Yeah. So.
It's so crazy how they had like 3 squads at that time.
But that game's insane, bro. That fucking round is crazy. I already knew it was gonna happen.
Dude, yeah, those fools are about to be checked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking, they played grand finals last major, I think. Dude, it was insane. They were in winners final, and then FaZe won 3-2, and then Vancouver came back for the grand finals, and they fucking got 4-0'd. It was like, y'all took them to map 5 and then couldn't get one? Oh, they're showing that shit? Only 2 times it.
Throw up your screen again real quick.
Yeah, hold up. 2 times that motherfucker. This should be on my live. Damn, that shit was hella far behind.
Let me stash it or what? Hey. Yes, sir. What's up, boss? How you doing? Been a minute, huh? Nah, it hasn't been actually. I seen you not too long ago. I actually remember you. Yeah. Yeah, see? Yep. Yeah, bro. I was like, no way.
Now they got the Hossie control.
You got price picks going on or what? What you got? What you cooking?
Yeah, but fucking Draws just sold. That motherfucker, he couldn't get one more kill.
I actually have price picks. Set something up. Send it.
Dude, that shit's sick.
Let's set something up right now.
What do you have to get? You had to get more than he deadass got 6. This motherfucker. TJ got shit on. Let's see how they even look right now. I don't have anything deposited for today no more. It's just insane, bro. Joe Deceives was at 29. Now it's at 27. That's crazy, bro. Joe Deceives at 59 still. Wait, did I do a flex play? I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Shit lagging. What's the schedule today, though? Let me see.
I think it was him, bro. That's what we were doing.
I think it's only these
Sort of an
4.
uncomfortable time.
This morning, we just
Notice how the second SKD, I mean, 1.3 selling is a
speaking Jay, that's all. Like,
This is on
snitching
lap
or what?
only this season. None of the online play counting here. Cell
Everybody.
is just something else, man.
Oh, it's like-
Absolutely. We'll see how it goes though for the moment.
Yeah, I
A little bit of time for our team to compose themselves, to gather their thoughts, get things rolling with selling. Grand finals appearance is so impressive individually. He really is a player of a different caliber on an individual level. But in this game, at this stage, it really is about the teamwork. What kind of special stuff?
This is about to be their like 4th in a row if they win this shit.
Map number 3.
Insane.
Round 1.
And also a map where, you know, if you're capturing or defending that A zone, it is 8 different windows, worried about dark hall, open hall, players coming in from bottom, seamer, connector. So many avenues of attack. Selling one of the very best and just wickedly able to snap on every single player. You gotta be your very best, and obviously for FaZe. Talks about how their hard point throughout the stage had fallen off just a touch.
Oh, they both win their round 5s on this shit.
Not the best controlled team in the game. 4-1 record, and they are happy to see Hossie they'll attack first.
We get to say that with the LA Thieves in the league as well. So here we go, upstairs, all love here shown to FaZe right off the rip. They win the trade battle, and now they're on 8.
Only one player on as well. Maybe look for a little bit of those spawn kills. Gets him to go for that top office control. Easy. Never a comfortable place to really stand on top of this point. Your team.
They just made him tweak. Teams usually break B first on this shit.
Absolutely is.
Oh my god.
He nearly got that one. I'd have laid an egg. Well, pressure on both zones. Yeah, still keeping the
Oh,
capture
they're
going.
just farming the ticks right now. That's crazy.
John pulls himself off of the A zone for a second to help reinforce it. B is technically the more difficult zone to capture. It's the one you want to go for first. Finds another. One man left here for Surge to make the play. Is anyone going to be able to contest? Yeah, Nasty finding a win from upstairs. Pulls out a Jackal. And that thing's got fangs. They stop the second segment going through.
Yeah, out like a ghost tonight though. Cellium does not want to give up his life for free.
Bro, I fucking hate this map.
Me too.
Vancouver Surge, they're just in time.
They get
Problem is,
so
though, they're already
mixy.
down 5 lives.
Yeah, no
And
bullshit.
Cellium right back in his home. His centering continues to be perfect.
Can he get a segment this time round? Not yet.
When the good teams play this shit too, it's fucking like
3 to total.
a team will just randomly cap on an attacking round when you think they're about to lose. It's fucking crazy.
Oh my god, Seattle got 3 down.
Yep.
Boy.
Yep.
But Vancouver have stabilized.
That's literally this fucking map, dude. I thought they were gonna get cap both, dude.
Atlanta FaZe trying to reposition.
Do they have 2? Oh no, it's only 1 on A.
Both of
Same
these
thing he
zones,
told you, bro,
problem is
that
for
he
Beezy, he
snitches
doesn't have
through the
any
passion.
teammates for the reinforcements. Wants to go for
Dang.
the spawners and successful so far.
Catches 04 century in the air like that. Well, we're going to try to finish the work we started at B.
Damn, that's crazy. 04 got 04 last tournament.
He's going to be able to catch both of them there for
That's
free.
fucking wild.
So that's a couple of lives going the way of the guys of Surge. They sorely want, because again, the pressure on this map is seemingly endless. Final 30 seconds.
Now you're actually maybe a little bit desperate. Sound's going to get baited into death, so he's going to get traded out. Now for Atlanta FaZe, you have great progress, but you're forced to go to the A zone. So
glad we're at least going to map
Now
4
getting
this
back to
series.
B looks like an impossibility, so Surge, honestly, might be able to pull up this round. Only 10 seconds left for FaZe.
All 10 seconds left for FaZe. No players there to get on the zone. Abuza, what a win. from
Wow,
Surge. That's not gonna
they
amount to a
fucking
whole lot.
choked.
The last ditch attempt. 04 with a body block. 04 helps seal the round for Surge.
And that's effectively just Surge. I mean, again, when Cell starts off 4-0, 5-0, things are getting a little bit desperate, but Cell just was never able to get the help. The reinforcements constantly being cut off. Surge, all the pressure towards the middle of the map. Simp might have gotten 2 in this moment, but after the fact, always able to overwhelm, taking the outer routes over towards 10 and making sure the progress doesn't roll through. So Atlanta FaZe might have struck early, but nice clutch there. Vancouver want to run it up.
Moments like that in the game come down to Vancouver's control of the top holes there. The open hole completely covered. That gives Abuza those lanes to Warrior players coming from spawn, eyes on the A zone as well. Let's see if they can translate that defensive success to an attacking round now. And we're stunning up.
JC, I forgot to tell you, but I was shoulder pressing 65s, bro.
Over Chow's at the wrong time, and
Shoulder
Neptune picks up a
pressing
free one.
65.
Good trades here. Now he's starting to get things going for Surge.
Yeah, anxiety brings out the worst in everybody. Now this is just prime time. Neptune a free screen before it falls into double cap though on this B zone, so fairly quick, but 04 feels the pressure. He wants the kills first, and that means the capture a little bit slower, but if you're getting the kills, it does not matter. Great progress rolling through until both the players lose the gunfights, but plenty of time still in this round. More than a minute to work with, and 2 segments already gone.
Yeah, good work from FaZe there, good manners. They clean out that third segment. All the work Vancouver did is now gone to waste. Nep trying to catch out A-Pit, crosses over, quick contest. 2 members of FaZe up. Surge are holding this one though. Simps make the backline a real dangerous place to be, but there we go, a slow capture. Cellium still from upstairs. Can he pick up these kills? As Neptune fighting for his life. Cellium, what defensive work.
Now we're taking deep routes now, literally swimming to try to go for these flanks, but 04, I mean, a free kill at the very least to get behind enemy lines. Abizi looking for the instant trade, and he's going to get it. So Abizi gets a shutdown exactly when you need him to. Vancouver in a similar situation where the initial progress is great, but now the minimap is looking scattered. Abuza there for 2, but if you're looking at the minimap, he does not have the reinforcements, and he gets killed instantly. Atlanta FaZe swarming on the defensive end.
Yeah, FaZe. They're attacking around a little bit cleaner. 04. They're smooth and as clean as you like. Nearly catches Cell as well. Still, no one of the reinforcements able to get there fast enough. Nasty's nade doesn't connect. Holds Celium down for a moment longer. Abizi on the flank finds himself too. Over towards A in the desperation play for the Boozer.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to stop the clock. 16 seconds left on it. Maybe you're hoping your teammates can pick up some kills, find some routes, and maybe swing this over to B at some point.
I don't know, but that's
head
great.
on a swivel, did not get the support that he needed, and now Neptune, last man standing, last ditch effort.
Yeah, once again on the last ditch attempt, and he's going to be ready to deal with. No hope here for Vancouver. They don't capture as many segments as FaZe did, so FaZe still have the lead objectively. Beautiful work, Sim finding his final two there, and here we go, Nasty, last chance. A 1v1 you have to win, and you do not. Celium gets
Fucking
in,
Celium's
and that
insane,
will
dude.
be the round.
So the smallest of advantages right now for Atlanta FaZe, but two very well played out defensive rounds. Everybody doing their job, and it's come down to a couple key sort of 1v1s around that B zone that if you don't win them, well, that next set of lives.
Feels like you're walking up with sick ass and your calves start hurting after a bit.
We turn our head on the stage. Atlanta FaZe will now be back on the attack. And how do you got trophies from the jump at the start of these rounds? Maybe an opportunity for a B flood initially. We'll see how Atlanta want to approach.
But everyone on FaZe right now cooking in the attack. Cell 14-7, 11-9 for Abizi. He's on a bit of a spree again. We talked about streaks previously, but here in Hacienda, it can be very handy indeed. Nobody home there in the rock hall, so we're going to find our way upstairs. We've got a lot of attack here towards B. Plenty of pressure. 0-4, the lovely bench. He's going to get greedy and go for it. No need. His teammates are there. 3, now all dead for FaZe.
Beautiful. Slam him.
No way.
0-4 is fucking warm now.
Yeah.
Maybe as soon as Abuza falls, you lose the opportunity to set up the dagger. So Atlanta FaZe still in an okay spot, but after a break like that, you got a long way to go, and now you are back in the blender.
That's a costly
Damn.
attack here through Rock that Vancouver come up
Gonna
way
go
on top
fucking
with.
defense
Lively
is still
now
round 5.
Lively. Pressure from Nasty forward. Nearly gets another lineup, and a second team kill for FaZe.
Hey,
They are
TK.
stepping on each other's toes in this attacking round.
I mean, they're just
So trade.
2v2. Oh, they won that. No way.
Damn, bro.
No
Neptune's
way.
hella fucking good.
This is how you get the advantage for the possible round 5.
You are pinched in your spawn.
That's
Abizi finding his way out there in the
crazy.
triple range. Over
He
the
picked
next
up the
shot,
AR too, he's
down
still
by his
going.
Counterpart, the other Terror. 22 seconds to go though. A long journey to B.
They're gonna
And
go B.
0-4 trying
Wait,
to get
wait,
the
wait,
look at
reinforcements
this
here
lead.
now. Can't get it.
Oh.
Oh, that was a huge gunfire.
Abuza gets it.
Nice.
13 to go.
I mean, listen, you're
Damn,
gonna have to
22-13,
this is
holy
looking
fuck.
hopeless to even get any bit of progress. Vancouver Surge might have just seized the opportunity they were given.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
A little bit of pressure on the A zone, but
Damn,
it's
win
gonna
this
fall 2
one
seconds
at-
left.
he's gotta
You
win
gotta
one
jump
attack
on
round.
A. You don't have a ton of help. Players nearby, 2 kills in the feed.
That's 2 down.
If they can pull
That's
this
3.
off,
Uh-oh.
Oh, what's up?
Now it's 16-12, what the fuck?
1.6, one segment gone, halfway through B now. As the two-man
They gotta
capture
get- they
continues.
gotta get draws
Nasty
on
trying to
Abizi,
find anything.
yeah.
Abizi finds 2 in the middle of the map, and we're still
Oh
going.
my god, they're getting B.
Oh dear, Surge. You got real
Oh, they're
fire,
fucking
real force.
choking.
in the extra minute, that is a dagger of
That's
missed
crazy.
opportunity.
Oh my God.
And this is why FaZe
Dude,
on
I'm
this
telling you,
map
that's
built a
literally
little
his
bit of
fucking
pride.
enough.
Last blow,
Damn.
19 and 12. The
Damn,
spree
if the
is
BZ had more
done.
bullets, you would have fucked him
12
up.
to 9.
I know he was
Down
just
in line.
trying to fucking pre-fire that shit.
I mean, you're stepping out of spawn, already getting shot.
This is giving me last year vibes, dude.
12-9, 12-9, 12-9.
They're fighting through Rock. Abe somehow managed to get another
This is
two.
the shit FaZe was doing in control last year too.
Works forward, gets a little bit more real estate. 0-4, keeping upstairs, safe and sound. Selling him down.
Ooh.
Pressure now out of
Damn.
spawn.
This is actually a good game. Everyone has kills too. Fucking Neptune, holy shit.
Actually got one before he fell, but it shouldn't be enough. You are running out of time, and for Atlanta FaZe, they do not have the lives.
Nah, that's crazy. When motherfuckers are killing Abizi and Simp like that, you know he's actually fucking good.
Here on the attack. And 0-4.
Ooh, good shot.
Oh, dude, Neptune's on a fucking free. Oh my
my
god!
God.
5,
That's
6.
This, like, it feels to me like another round of neutrality, though.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't
Defense has been
react,
the
he's just
theme.
locked.
On land, things slow down.
Nah,
If
they
you're
look
putting
like-
on the
Yeah,
defense,
no,
the
yeah,
offensive
he's
team, well,
Yeah, they need to
not
win this
too much
control,
you
bro.
can do. Vancouver Surge had
They're on the
the
revenge tour,
opportunity to
bro.
just lay waste with a
I wanted them to beat
devastating
FaZe so bad at Major too, and I thought they were.
momentum, still find a way to keep things mixy.
That's always how grand finals go too. Because in the winners finals, it was like hella close, and then they met back in grand finals and fucking just got shit on.
Still looking pretty good.
Yeah, they got the lead there. Surge could change that though. They could also just outright win it at 2-1 now with this attacking round. Capture both zones or kill phase 30 times. Take your pick.
Well, I believe we've lost in 04. I think he might have dropped out of the lobby, so we're going to have to hit a pause and see if 04 can get back in the mix. Whatever bug bit Celium.
04 got DDoS.
Affecting players on the other side of the stage.
Well, yeah, technical pause here. We're getting back in ASAP. A blessing maybe for Vancouver Surge.
Wash my hands.
Compose yourselves, keep this going. Or is it going to be for phase? You ice them out and now you bounce back. But in the meantime, folks, yeah, good stuff. So
This is a
far,
fucking crazy
massive
game,
work,
bro.
Charles, from Neptune. 21 and 18 for him.
Yeah,
He
this
has been
matchup this year has been fire every time they
absolutely
play.
slaying the damage department as well in our first 3 rounds of this
shit
map.
after this map.
We'll see, folks. We'll see. We get 04 back in. ASAP,
You guys
reset,
sound hella funny
see,
again.
Get back into the lobby. Should be a big problem. Has been in the past. But 04 looking good as well. Great play.
I'm hella mad they didn't do the Texas setup.
Yes, absolutely. And these are two teams just looking
I'm
at
mad they didn't do the
keep their
Texas setup,
tournament
dude.
off
They're
right.
not
I know we've
gonna
been
talk
talking
as
about
much shit.
Sort of winners round one.
I ain't gonna lie, my boy 04 though.
33-5 record
Yeah, he
over the
cooks,
years,
bro. He's
at
actually
least in
pretty
the
fucking
CDL
good.
Era. So this is
I like
a
watching him in
situation where
Surge.
him and Atlanta FaZe nearly perfect and it exemplified dominance. And obviously, this is not a loser's bracket you want to drop into. This might be the most competitive tournament.
He was only
we have
playing
had
like
all
search
year. Of course,
wagers. That's how they
there's
found him
teams on the
too.
side of Toronto, but still,
It's kinda
the
fire
number of
that he
teams
actually
outside of, like, the
can
top
fry and
two
respawn,
that are gonna
too.
be lethal threats come Sunday. Sharks in the losers bracket. You don't want to end up there, especially not from round one. So Control, this place you get the advantage.
Advantage
250, 180.
on the map 4 also. And again, if you see
Red
dealership,
card
we
is
would
just
love-
faces
we
map.
really would love a bit of dealership, folks. But our players look a little more composed.
Yo, I was telling the homie the other day, I'm like, dude, FaZe
Bro, I got my food.
FaZe got aura this year because the jerseys, bro. They got the gold lettering.
And it does look like we
Hey,
might have
yeah.
to remake this.
Dude, they won
We'll keep you
EWC and they
updated,
brought
folks.
those
Again, for the guys
jerseys
behind
out,
the
and now they're
guys
just
here at
fucking
the venue,
insane, bro.
Thanks for coming out. Hope you're enjoying yourselves here on this delightful Thursday. Friday and Saturday, the tournament really gets
It's
going.
so great. Like
Sunday,
Draza will
it's
like
always
be
a
like
big one.
deadass not getting kills, bro, and they're still winning.
And that's it. We're going to reset this lobby to make sure that 04 can get in here. Of course, that does change things somewhat. To reset the trophies, reset any streaks that may be on, but at this point in time, no one has anything good. So it's still going to be 2-1 to Vancouver Surge after the
They should
reset.
let a BZ simp and sell
Charles,
fucking
little bit of an
3v4
icing,
challengers team, dude.
A little
That'd be
bit of
hilarious.
A little bit that his team's on both sides of the stage. They just look bored. It's just, oh no, one of these. We got the music kicking in and everything. They just want to get back.
Get him back in the fucking map, dude.
His screen, even with nothing on it.
It was 04 that crashed.
Oh, he's
His
just
game crashed or some
imagining-
shit.
he's
He looks so
imagining
checked.
before him, how it's going to break out, what is going to happen. He's literally visualizing the play. He's visualizing the opening break. His
That happened to
teammates are having
Cammy
to
too
go
a
back.
couple weeks ago in a search and destroy. He popped like a 1v3,
Looks like we're already ready.
and it was like an
Got
ace
it
against
off.
FaZe, and the fucking
Reloading,
game
folks.
crashed out. I think BattleNet crashed.
Reloading this one, 2-1 again.
That would've been
to
hot.
Surge here on Hacienda
It
Control.
was a clean
Hacienda
ass
Hardpoint
fucking
come
like
up to this
fuck.
one.
Yeah,
Charles,
dude, it was
set
such a
our
nice
mind for
clip.
Whoever wins this one, irrespectively. How you feeling about the Hacienda Hardpoint?
I mean,
That day was weird though. Like all the BattleNet servers were just gone, dude, for like I think an hour or 2 hours.
If you're looking at the map records purely,
And like these fools didn't go to like they don't have it downloaded on Steam or Xbox or nothing, bro. So like that shit went so late.
On the right side of that stage, Atlanta FaZe continuously deadly.
It's like they just
Either way,
strictly
you're
use
looking for
BattleNet.
one of the two Hossies just to force the map to
Yeah,
5
that's
and
what I use in my battle now.
Vancouver Surge.
Neptune got the
This is the way
Zins.
you prove that you can win a tournament. If you
This
want to win a
was-
tournament, you literally have to beat Atlanta FaZe. It has been that way for years.
He's trying to get that partnership.
They've done it online.
Dude, I know, right? He's trying to get that
Game 5
partnership.
winners
No cap.
finals and they get 4-0.
He had to
FaZe
watch the
obviously
last
coming
series,
in with a
bro.
tremendous amount of confidence, but again, a slight
You
icing
can hella
as
see
our
their
players
setups
get
on this setup right
lobby
now.
Set up once again. And we're close to hitting the go button, friends. We thank you again for joining us wherever you are in the world, watching from home. With the folks here
Bro,
at
Neptune
AU,
is cooking, and
thank
now
you
that
again
break
for
is gonna
coming out.
fuck
It's
him
been
up. Watch.
Spicy tournament so
04
far.
too. As soon as 04 got
Second
hot,
match
bro, it fucking just
I
crashes.
feel like you can even do a personality test of players, looking at him shooting the bots in the firing range, selling basically snaking while he's shooting.
Damn, they even got a wall. They can't even look at each other, bro.
He can't help himself. King Cobra.
I mean,
No
based on
way.
That vibe check.
Yeah, there's like a little
Bro,
like
you're not a lot of
plexiglass
FaZe
wall by
fans in here,
Jaws.
are there? There's not too many of you. There's a couple. Any FaZe fans?
FaZe got booed when they walked out too. It's so
I
funny.
appreciate it. That's you guys.
They're in
exactly.
Miami?
That's right.
Yeah.
What about the Vancouver side? Anyone out there for him?
The Heretics, are they still in or not?
That guy turned the
Yeah, they're in
thumbs
winners.
down
They
to a
play
quick one,
Toronto
bro.
next, I
That's
think.
Dexterity right there.
Toronto has a fill-in too.
Might be the fan
Plays
favorites here
fucking
in Florida,
Boston.
but
That's crazy.
you guys are bringing the energy. We appreciate that very, very
Dude, you
much.
saw how they
Here we
lost
go.
to
Fist
the
bumps
Falcons?
around. You know what that means. It means
Yeah.
it's time to get
They
back
play them if they
into
drop
this
down to
game.
losers.
2-1 Vancouver.
So everyone's
going
hella
into
hoping they beat Boston.
Dexterity acknowledgement.
Because Boston, I think Boston will knock fucking Vegas out if they drop down.
He turned it quick. I see you, man. You turned that upside down.
Fred on land is
Here we go,
insane.
back into control. Staying on
As long as they got
Next
skies to
round as
lock
well.
in this weekend, bro,
This
it's gonna
one's
be.
brand
They
new,
should be
man. Still
fine.
smells like a new car until it explodes. Dealership. 5. Give it to us. Come on, Serge. One more round. Let's just get it. Come on.
Brand new car smells like phosphorus. It's a weird vibe that we have, but Vancouver Surge up 2-1 right now on this map. You win this offensive round, they get the lead in this series, but thus far it has been a defensive shootout. But 04
Oh,
picks
04 still
things
shooting?
off
He's still
right.
shooting?
On point on the opening breaks, but simply overwhelmed. See that open
Damn.
side right there, close side rather.
That's a
Atlanta
crazy-ass
Phase
read.
put all pressure.
I know.
They play that well.
She
Also,
looked
04
insane.
with the naughty angles, and here we go. Coverage from Neptune. How many?
Once he
kick
saw
out
that
from
nade
Oscar?
flies
One.
off, fuck.
Brilliant work from Sim there. The trades are out, and net off the reset right into the feed.
Yeah, but 35 seconds already.
Someone should
burned
take
off
FaZe's
the
meat
game
shield
clock
this
right
fucking-
now, and the A
this
approach
major.
is always the
That'd be
most
hella
difficult.
funny.
The spawn kills, though, the easiest
Bruh, this
thing
guy
in
is
the world.
insane.
So 3-0 off the break. Nice little play. He's gonna
Oh my
continue.
god, this guy's playing fucking zombies.
Neptune, whoa, he finally gets brought down and spawned, but the second segment A long gone.
He's
This
got
is gonna
all
be
four in the
closed out.
spawn.
FaZe have built it. They have to go to B. This is their last chance.
And that's the harder zone to capture. So this is quite literally as good as it gets. How fast things can
Oh my
happen.
God.
Welcome back from the break.
Holy
04.
You didn't make
shit.
anything icy in this one.
Yeah,
Just
he's
cold
lit.
out
04 is
himself.
turret right now.
As Neptune keeps this run
Neptune's
going,
about to
4
fuck
and
these
1,
two up,
draws
watch.
their up close. What a play from him to stay alive.
What a play.
Oh,
Win the battle against Abisi, a single
If he
goal
would've
to
gone
just
there, that
make
would've been a
Abuja
big-ass play, I ain't gonna lie.
alone.
yeah, no
He's
cap.
fighting with a
If you would have called out those other guys who were taking that guy out, oh.
Might have been tweaking just a little bit there.
Oh my god, 04, just wait a second, wait a second.
Gunfights,
Wait
but
for your boys,
still
wait,
in
aw,
position on the
shit.
map, still got plenty of pressure forward, and now
Alright,
it's
bad,
Nasty's
bad.
turn, maybe
Nasty
go
needed
for
to
the
get that
spawn
shit.
kills. Atlanta FaZe,
Oh, this
they
is gonna
had
be it
nothing
right
going
here.
for 'em. Maybe a single
got
flank
draws,
rolling
yep.
through, and that's a flank that
Sim's
has to require
flanking,
you to
though.
get kills.
Here we go. Final segment.
Oh
You
my
have to get
god.
in there, FaZe. You got it,
Trade
you got it.
fast.
Or the map
That's it.
is over. Sellium on the
Sellium's
contest,
dead,
he's
bro.
still alive.
Oh my god, he's not
No
dead.
way. What a
What
guy.
the
Rolling
fuck,
out
dude?
the Jackal to make that happen.
Oh.
The team still going through, so you just lost your most important man.
Bro,
and now
so
you
he's a
still have the
fucking
pressure.
nerd.
Neptune, maybe with the flank to roll
That's why he got
through,
teammated, dude.
top. All the
Bruh.
aggression
Okay,
towards
Vancouver,
him.
they just need to
You
relax.
see
They need to
Nasty
relax.
lost the
Still up by
gunfight.
3.
Atlanta FaZe have stabilized. They're secure, but they're down 4 lives.
Deep breath, tighten your belts, pull up your socks, boys. This
Slow
ain't
it
over.
down. Stop
16
running out of
to
spawn
12.
now.
FaZe down in the life count, but they've got positional advantage now. Oh,
Turned on, holy
04
shit.
Fights his way forward, looking towards the
They're
zone
not even
once
by the
again.
point. Run!
Draws to do what he can from top dark. He's got himself positioned now. Sim from flat. 04's got to keep dancing.
Oh my god, that's 2.
FaZe have to commit someone for the contest. 2 players on the drop. Oh
Bruh!
no! Ring the bell.
That's it, game.
We're going to another point.
Good.
Holy shit.
And if you're in Atlanta
Dude, that's the
FaZe,
best
there
feeling on
doesn't
Control when
look
that kind of
like
shit
a
happens.
reset cheese. That round
That's when you
ended
know, yeah, it's like, that shit's
glorious.
over.
I mean, that was from the jump. They didn't even really win
So
the
the
opening
boys
break.
just
A
calm
couple
two, and then
extra
you get a
kills. It was
free
little
two.
bit 50-50, and then Neptune strikes, gets the 3-piece when he was top office. The triple
Nah, that's but
stack
if they
on the
lose this
point
next
in
hard
that
point,
round.
bro, that's gonna
And
haunt
that was
FaZe. That's gonna be
full throttle
insane.
there from Vancouver, the early A capture. After that, you're just feeling comfortable. So blink and you miss
Hacienda.
it. A 3-1 there on Hasi, and we mentioned it before for the Hasi hard point. That's actually where Vancouver.
Damn, I want Vancouver to
really
win,
wanna
but
be
I fuck
in
with
this
dealership
series,
Surge.
so
I like watching it.
sold the series a little bit after that map 1. Maybe a little bit too happy on the Atlanta FaZe side because now
FaZe is about to get
Vancouver
knocked out
Surge's
to
series.
lose. Watch.
Well, we'll find out how it goes.
Who do they
Rambo
play if they
Ray, father to
fucking...
be, on stage now, chatting away to the boys, keeping things level and composed. Obviously, very happy with the result
Where
there
is
as
the
well.
schedule?
But Serge, again,
No, that's subscribed. Oh, the top.
so level-headed. No players in there that get too hot or overheat necessarily. Playmakers, pretty sound. So right now, it's just remember.
If they lose, they play... Oh, wow, dude, they play Cloud9.
One more to go. So we look across the highlights. Have an electrifying game of control.
It's gonna be a crazy ass tournament, right?
Yeah, this shit's lit. I fuck with this bracket.
Very calculated, almost always
And then who? Okay, Ravens and Rocker is gonna be a good one. Could finally see Rex play against another team. He was piecing though in the first series with LAT. Gwen and Rex just need fucking help, dude.
Hey, Gabba. How are you?
Dialed in, and his name is really fun to say. Super
I
fun to
beat
say.
the duck by using it on my client. And I was like, hold on. My budget's restocked.
An important stat, an important little
Hey, I
tip
got
that
it
we
over
like to
with.
share here in the league.
Yep.
But highlights there of control. Neptune had himself a map on the reset. The comeback was absolutely
You buy
disgusting
my
from
life, I
him.
can play with
A force free right off the rip. Nasty's big two-piece towards the end to close things
Oh,
out
okay.
as well.
Might heat up by
All
coffee
about
real quick.
Vancouver surge there.
Yeah.
A team that does have the fundies down when it comes to playing these hard points. And Hacienda, a very important map when it comes to those rotations. So look to see who makes it to those hard points first. We'll test the brakes of the teams that don't. But right now, a banger is on our hands.
And if you notice that big two-piece from Nasty towards the end, if you go back and watch his arrow on the mini-map, it's a moment where your entire team has to be on the same page, because his life started out, and he went to clear out Lambo, worried about the pinch. Then he swings over from Lambo, goes top spiral, still worried about the pinch, and that means his teammates have to wait for him to get in position. You have to coordinate everything as a team, so willing to work with each other, and obviously Vancouver Surge very willing in this regard. The improvements they've made, it has been spectacular to see their turnaround. You can take Atlanta FaZe down early on and force them to go into the gauntlet.
Oh.
What a fun way to kick off this tournament.
The pickings are looking real ugly after that, but good luck to anyone who correctly picked this bracket. But it's not over yet, folks. FaZe, again, the hard points has not been ideal, but the first map in the series told us a very different tale on red card. FaZe came out swinging, beat the brakes off of Vancouver, and now on Hacienda again. I mean, a relatively comparable map chance, rotation heavy. You've got to be good at the mode, you can't just headbutt your way through things. Decision making is exactly what we're looking at here. These were our two heroes in map one, Cell and Sip for FaZe. The KD's big, the damage big, and the hill time big.
Yeah, and Selim, obviously a player in the KD department, he's a guarantee. Always take the over. He's going to get it almost every single time. And Sim maybe fell off just a little bit online. Maybe a question or two to be solved. But for anyone that's paid any attention in the past 5 or 6 years, you know this man is down low when it comes to land. Sim, one of the greatest Call of Duty players of all time. And honestly, on the ascension towards that top spot. But a lot of Call of Duty left to be played. More tournaments that need to be won. You certainly do not want to falter here in a round one matchup. A Vancouver Surge, from the first interview they had after they took Atlanta down, Nasty was talking about it. I really like playing against these guys. They're going to be in the right spots. We know how they like to play, and Nasty's talking about a little bit easier for him as a 1.3 KD against this squad, and now an opportunity on Hacienda specifically to light that kill feed up and dagger them from the jump.
Here we go.
Match
Match point for Vancouver Surge. FaZe to get us to a dirty dealership game 5.
Lego.
So close I can taste it. So close.
I do want the dealership. I like the underdog story. Like, I'm cool with Vancouver win. Like, it is fun, but I want that dealership.
Give me that dealership, baby. Here we go, folks. A big one here for Vancouver. Start their campaign right. A little bit of retribution for what happened in the previous tournament, but for now, here we go. Map number 4.
Most punishing map we have is, well, you make a mistake, you will get daggered. In both of these teams, we've seen the gameplay. They're dialed in.
04's corner. They're meant to like it, but this one is
Oh, shit.
Bro, 04 did this twice already.
I know, the same break.
Guard rolling through, so Abeezy's thinking long term. He does get red though, so as soon as I call it out, get those players snapping. That is what we're talking about. No mistakes made. No one slips through the net, and now 04, you can just wait for contact. When the noise happens, go for the flank. You hear that?
Oh my god, he's locked.
Hello.
There he goes.
It's another 3 dead for FaZe. They have not come out swinging so far on Hacienda. Again, the hard point time, nothing ideal for either side here, but Vancouver making it work in the right time. 10 seconds to go before we move over towards P2, and Nasty in position already. An open lobby play now, though. FaZe could go big here.
I mean, a 27-point lead, though, from P1. This is already massive. You have a Booza with the bigger responsibility. Nasty, if he can get any kills, that's great, but that is 4 players to overwhelm him. A Booza has to live to keep these back spawns, which, obviously, Atlanta FaZe is still forcing the spawn out. You need to re-break this quick.
How are they going to do it? Trophies are at play now as well. Draws throwing shoulders. Draws down. Up next going to be Sim. Sim, oh, the chow. And again, the trophy's now gone. So FaZe holding on. The very edge of their seat, but it's not going to matter. It's another 3 dead. Surge, ineffective.
I mean, you can go back and, yeah, 04's arrow on the mini-map just is something insane. So, yeah, he might have been bitten by the bug again.
Yeah, how's going on?
And if we go to a game 5...
Yo, Stallion put a USB stick on that guy's PC or some shit.
Something else is going on now.
Well, I mean, he might have just been, you know, someone lags out, he's spinning in circles, but that is, once again, painful. Reset cheese. Never a fun thing.
We're 2 in a series. Come on, man. Give us a break. Give us a break. We just won a dealership. What's a man got to do for a game 5? Actually, just to get
That's crazy. I was just on stream earlier, gassing Major 2. Like, there was barely any problems. Now there's fucking 32 crashes today.
Boys and girls, but chance of this short amount of hardcore we saw, anything you loved, anything you hated?
Oh, I just think Vancouver
She just play on fucking PS5, dude.
Man, I mean, you saw that opening break, right the flanks.
Honestly, me too.
I've never seen anything like it.
I'm really considering starting my PC just getting a PS5, real shit.
Yeah, like you don't gotta worry about settings. It's always at the same FPS, dude.
Well, that was some good snap.
No cap.
You playing against people with the same FPS and shit?
Yeah.
From nothing to nothing.
No one's
Gets
cheating.
opening break again. We'll see if
For real,
04 goes
dude.
to his fireplace. He loves it.
For real,
It's
dude.
warm, it's cozy. He gets to curl up on the rug and
They
find...
stun checked it, dude, just missed.
Well, yeah, the stuns go deep. They go down the stairs, and then he's completely safe to pick up a couple. But there's no way he does that again, right? There's no way. Surely not.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's actually true. That's absolutely true as well. Ladies and gents, we're being iced again.
I'm gonna just miss free,
If you
free
at home,
online,
to
you know?
possibly get yourself a beverage,
Oh,
or
yeah.
folks in the venue, a little snack, get things going. More COD to be played today.
Free online on the PC is the shit.
It's a fun series to watch indeed.
I know that is pretty fire.
Of
You
course,
just
Toronto
play
taking on
everything.
the hosts, the Miami Heretics. Actually, while I've got you, crowd, where's your allegiance at? Any Miami fans? Heretics fans? That's what I'm talking about. Any Optic fans?
There's barely any Miami fans. What the
It's
fuck?
been a tough season, I know, but thank you for coming. See if you guys can find some success here this weekend. It's a matter of time, right? You're going to get one, you're going to get another, and you're going to keep rolling. Who knows?
Might take the group chat fuck
Storylines,
phase.
even in that regard, there's an opportunity for, you know, Fred and round.
Yeah, they
one,
might
you
lose
know,
right now,
you
no
know, what
cap.
happens in that Boston series, but just to acknowledge, like, the lethal threats that we have, vying for a potential championship or like a Sunday run, Ultra in that conversation, Heretics in that conversation. So Breach and Optic like have the potential, but you need to see just a little bit more. Obviously Vancouver looking good, but those teams at the bottom, these Falcons do not
Out 9 is like in shambles too. Whoever gets to play them is like, it's just a fucking freebie, dude. They've been like trying out new players, like, and then they're like, it didn't work out. We're just gonna keep our team. It's like, yeah, you guys are checked.
This team seriously when it comes to land. So maybe the piece of how scrims have been going.
So everyone's confused. No one knows if they really want them on the team.
We have had this year, at least for the full spread across the board. It's just a matter of resolving.
That hella sucks, dude. Like for Attach, it's like why is he like for the past 4 years? Why is he always ended up on those teams, dude?
Here on Hassie on a hard point. We've unleashed, uncaged the Lanimals. And they're feasting so far. FaZe looking to force the game 5. All they've got to do is win this hard point. Here we go.
Nobody puts 04 in a corner.
Except himself. Yeah, here he
There's a
goes.
case you take, Optic's winning this major.
There you go. Look at the same.
Dude, I think they can.
It's a 2-man hit over towards Sim as well. And again, a very successful opening break here. A BC right back on his BS.
They're winning
He's
this
been
year.
red once again.
Like that major they won last year, like I expected them in grand finals, but I like wasn't like really expecting them to win it though. And then like I don't know, they just came
All these
different.
losses that we had first all cheese.
Good news for Vancouver.
Yeah, no cap.
At least have the rotation still.
Watch this
An
fucking
opportunity for
stage.
Atlanta FaZe. Any kills
That
they
shit,
get
yeah.
right now, gonna get more time on the clock.
I can't wait to see
Vancouver's
the
not
fucking
gonna have
game,
a ton of
dude.
pressure, But if you fall out of time, it remains 50-50.
But I gotta see them
Third,
back
they
Boston.
just want to keep these players contained.
And they're doing it. Sell from upstairs that he's going to be the next man up to the plate swinging.
That would be actually
Full
dope too if
defenses right
Boston
now, and a much more even pull
I
from
gotta
P1.
see like a
Both teams
nice like
extracting good
3-1
time. Here
or
comes the big
3-0.
hit.
And they're gonna break through Rocket.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 3-0 or 3-1.
Last go around out to Boozer trying to stave off that pressure. He's done so. At least gives you the first one, and now the reinforcements are here.
Shove Nep on the shoulder bar through the door, spraying the whole way. Selling from the top there. Gets rid of one, and the water route being taken for a second, but not necessarily going towards the back. So you kept the boys of Surge guessing. You drew the attention.
Oh my god. god.
The trade through the front. Now towards time. Neptune still reading the water.
Everyone thinks someone's in the water, bro.
Pistols out and phaser in.
I mean, trade him out quick, though. Get it Visa quick, and you still get the time, and there you go. 04 wins the gunfight, so they have handled that.
Every POV is surged. They kept checking the bucket
final
water.
25,
Didn't go in
you
there.
don't want to overcommit if you're Atlanta, but they're toying with the idea. Maybe sending players in to try to strip away the final few, but Abizi in the feed gets caught. Draza can't push forward, and the water route gets handled. That is
Let's go. FaZe's hard point has been dog shit.
So much so, they win that rotation to nuke.
Yeah, look at where FaZe are right now. They're on the right-hand side of the minimap. They're far, far away from
They
the
have
fences
been
once
sketching
again. Slow
and search
work here
though,
from
so
Super 0-5.
yeah, if I was
I'm sick to
Vancouver, I would
change
not
that
want to
up
play
right
them in
now.
game 5.
It's 0-4 though, causing the problems right now on the other side of the board.
Damn. Damn.
I ain't gonna lie, FaZe was probably pissed as fuck because they had P2 control and they were up by like 10 before reset.
Yup. Oh yeah, they were just squad wiping them.
You don't want to give away 25 for free, but you try to force it and you end up just bottling the rotation.
Oh my god.
So now you're getting punished for your
Yobi.
mistakes. Hasi, and it can be unforgiving. Finally
Damn,
gets the
Nasty's
first kill,
fucking
but as
snapping
Nasty's
right now.
chopping away the reinforcements, well, his teammates got chopped away out of time. The break finally in, but for Atlanta FaZe, took such a long time to
Dude, this year's so lit. Like, all the other teams are actually fucking good.
The hill's not done.
Yeah, it's a healthy 20 seconds before they really, set this one up. Looking towards new as well. FaZe got their eyes on the prize towards.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either of these, but
nasty. Catching players on transition, one done. The second that
Nasty's
we saw
crazy
that
right now.
didn't. So Celium makes it to the top spot.
Yeah, he's been
Nasty's
cooking
in
this
his own right
year.
now, bro.
For now, but there you go. Rotation complete. Surgery in once again.
And this is the hill, the money one.
Him and
You wanna
Abuz,
beat
I
him on
think,
rotation
and
here.
04, they look at a
Atlanta
dog
FaZe
shit
trying
year
to set
last
up for
year.
the break.
They're finally
Neptune.
fucking
Neptune.
locked. Because at first when they got out, I was like, who the fuck are these guys?
It's the Swarm, Atlanta FaZe, everybody is here.
Ooh,
They
that
walk
was
on
good break.
through.
Yeah, this is. I think this is the one hill FaZe is good at on this map.
Unbelievable timing. Could have been Neptune there. The absolute man you needed to
It's
find
so
the kill
hard to
while
break
Surge
from that side, bro.
Still with control, still with
Yeah,
the lead.
fucking,
Let's
dude,
go
I
for
hate
it.
that. I hate challenging that side of the map. Even when P2 is right there.
What the fuck?
He had to do that for info. That shit looked ridiculous.
Oh my god, what the fuck? I did break that.
Dude, they're insane at the breaks, bro.
Probably one fucking dude. One probably spawned out.
Damn.
They're just trading each other so well. Look at this.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Oh no.
Yeah, literal instant trades, bro. Holy shit, up by 50 against FaZe. And 2-1, dude. This is it. They gotta knock him down. Oh my god. Oh no, cut timing.
No, nasty. Oh, what an eight.
Yo. Damn.
They're tucking FaZe right now, bro.
Yeah, they are. Fucking Simp is 5 and 12, dude. He can't even buy one.
Yeah, one's gonna be Zeke. Which one? Which one?
04's gotta talk his shit after this. That's the last major selling was like deadass following him, walking around talking shit to him supposedly.
No way.
Yeah, like when they walk off for the break, Selling was like behind 04 screaming at him like, yo, you hear me? You're shit. You're fucking dog shit. They're not even on the stage no more.
Oh my god, Neptune. Oh my god, Neptune.
Oh. Oh.
No.
I was about to say bros in Counter-Strike.
Dead. This is a good break.
Damn. The shot is just on for Nasty right now.
Oh my god, I started sneezing like a motherfucker, bro.
Nasty
Holy.
lead against phase. 21-7, 5 spree, and a minute 25 in the back.
Dude, that's what's so sick about Neptune. Like, he's fragging like that, and he has over a minute on the fucking hill.
Oh shit, that was kind of nice.
Oh, there you go.
One of the best listenings we have heard all year. These guys are flowing, and they do have the Hellstorm in the back pocket that they might.
Now, they had to watch
FaZe
VOD for this.
gotta hold this, and next, and they're back in it.
Yeah.
Oh, shots in from Neptune once again. An incredible series of play. Abisi on the contest again,
Ooh.
trying to stay alive. Can he get any more kills out of this one? Yeah, he can.
Oh.
3 not going to be there. A boozer with a hot hand over to Cell. Breaks it. Time fake.
Cellium.
Bro, I swear, sometimes Cellium he got plates on or some shit, bro.
You get opportunities, but you're trying to do a lot of
They need 100 from this one. Yep. Honestly, I'm happy if I'm FaZe with that. I'm down 50. We'll rotate.
If he wins
Yeah.
these entry gunfights,
They gotta
he
kill
can
Neptune now.
use the Hellstorm to
Oh, he gets shot in the
Nah,
back.
they
He's
caught him in
good.
the back. Oh, yeah, it's over. 04.
And 04 hasn't gotten a fucking kill in like the last 2 minutes, so
This is what we're doing.
he's probably
Boozy
dead here.
got one.
Holding it together. Big 70-point
Where are they
lead
coming
right
from?
now.
Where are they pushing
Surge,
from?
they're
Mid?
gonna break the
Mid.
rock side they're in.
And yeah, I was gonna say 04's flanking. Oh, it actually worked out. Oh, the timing, dude. All right, 04, there you go. That was like the play right there. That just made up for all the fucking gunfights he's been losing.
If Surge holds most of this time, bro, they win.
Yeah. They're gonna go into P1 at like 210.
Nah, way more. They're gonna be like 220 almost, I think. If they hold
Really?
all this, I think.
Oh
Yeah,
my
watch this.
god. Get him off that shit.
No.
Oh my god.
210 now for sure.
They're just fucking running at them.
Desperately get themselves back into this one. Rock once again, not been kind to them. Over 200
Yeah,
points.
215.
The final moments of
Freebie.
FaZe here at the winners bracket, folks. We are living it.
I mean, this is just undeniable.
Yep.
100-point
I'll take all that
lead
time.
and then some.
That's
They're wrapping all the
crazy.
way back. They're
I'll
thinking
take all
long
that.
term.
Yep.
They want to fight this
213.
hill from the right side. They're
That's
being
fire.
so secure about the potential P2 spawns.
Damn, that's a good stun. Sam knows he's back there, right?
FaZe
I'm not
with good
tweaking.
hard point time. Abisi with bad.
He should. Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Can't have to guess right. Doesn't
GG.
need to. His teammates with the perfect coverage. P1. We are soaking away. It's been a good hard point for Surge.
See you
all that
losers
long,
phase.
and it might
No
just be a
cap.
Dead.
I mean, there are cruise control.
Yo, 04 is about to talk
Last
hella
man
shit.
standing, a BZ gun down. They might get this done on P1.
Let's go. Oh.
Oh my god, a
Yeah,
boozer.
don't give him shit. Run away.
Ample opportunity here. On a boozer.
Damn. Sim got shit on this map.
Fucking shit out. Boozer's about to get this shit.
Oh my god, another one. Another one.
Get him.
Bruh.
Surge in the midst of a slaughter.
10 for the win.
They doing the
nasty.
fucking draws.
Simp and Cell get their kills and they set up the trap.
Yeah, but they've never had these back spawns. Always Vancouver had this pressure. Someone's always alive.
Fucking FaZe just hold this whole hill.
Damn, Nasty's 30 and 14, bro.
Dude, yeah. He is fucking fried.
Slow and steady. Connects.
Damn. That's it.
Send it in.
Never told me about it. That
No,
day
no,
won't
open
catch
now,
up
the
with
final
this
contest.
body.
What a chance.
Can't destroy
Oh,
them.
more. It's 3 in the
Body.
lead. And it's gonna
Holy
be
shit.
what a
That's game.
That's insane. Good shit, Surge. Fucking go.
Experience from Vancouver. Handle them in a 3-1 fashion. Beat them down on the Hacienda. And then the control. Just well played.
Hell
Like the
yeah.
red card.
Bro, what a game.
Dreamlike gameplay. Everybody died.
Let's go. I wanted them to beat him at Major too. And they choked, and now they fucking beat him. Wait, so today, that's, oh yeah, we still got Optic and the Miami game. Let's fucking go.
We have 2 more matches, bro.
That's lit. So FaZe is gonna play Cloud9.
That's crazy. Who's next? Heretics and Ultra?
Yeah. Miami could beat them. I was gonna say Ultra should win, but Ultra has a substitute. But he is some guy from Challengers that's hella cooking. But I don't
What
know.
happened? Wait, who's missing off Ultra?
Freaking Beans. He didn't have his visa or some shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Pretty sure the team like low key fucked him. Like they probably told him they like they got him or something because they barely announced it like yesterday or the day before that he couldn't go on the flight or something. I'm like, damn, bro. Oh, he's probably so checked.
Damn.
I'm like, there's no way he was just fucking playing the online splits and doing all that shit without like getting that shit situated. I would be on that shit.
For sure.
Supposedly the Ravens are good at getting that shit because they got him for the EWC hella quick. And I forgot who else they did it for.
Mm.
If you have the bread, you look, you can just like get that shit quick, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Let's see. Oh, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yep. Hold up. Make sure my volume's up.
Damn.
Alright, who do we got in the chat?
When do they play next?
She'll be starting up right now. Probably doing intros. Damn, that's actually sick that all the events are close to each other this year.
Let me get away with that, man.
The rest of Optic's matchups for the year aren't even that bad.
Sorry.
The best. Expensive. I don't know. I think the ice cream up great. Yeah. Everybody is looking for the right thing. Small. I didn't hear a small. They were even on the beater. That's really good.
Real patterns.
God damn. I gotta put my hashtags back on here.
I'm not kidding, man. I'm not kidding.
Hey, you know what? We need to use four problems here. Some of you have security, bro. And bombs are all over there. They got a list. Anyone who is loaded gets on the beat. And no matter what, everyone who's got security, like, I'm going to pay on. So, probably not going to get the time. I'm putting a good word on it, bro. I don't really the number one is better. Top security or something from your face. That's someone who's a big problem one time ago, like 10 years ago. All those people bump begging. People panhandling, people drinking with people. Remember one guy that was 30? Okay, guy? Right? What kind of name? Yeah, Danny? I think he's out 30. I don't know how you get beer. There's no normally it's so beer to my full door. No. You want buy that? So it's not like waffle. You waffle. Come on. What you doing? I'm almost kind of like your boat. What is this? This guy can't have a whole. Yeah, I think I think we're a good mom. I'm taking care of the home. You let the mom or not. You ain't take for them. Yeah, for sure. I go born again. They will take care of you. Look, you know, that's out for the money. When you start down with me, I get shelter, but you don't get a level of comfort or extra, you know? Movie theaters, something this year, I got your hug all the time. You think I today, all right? So that would be you, all right? Yeah, I'll talk today. But you were hugging and talking. If somebody houses, what houses? Something's a little more. You're talking about. You want to buy houses. You come back to the two questions. You might tell the next. There's that two. Anywhere there's just right now. Some. You just go. Probably have to figure this out. Ready? Yeah. Buy it on the pump. Baltics. What do you think? Oh, all from the Piper, baby Ben. Make her eating girl. On the bread. That's really good. You see that? Yeah, go look it up. Dude, yeah. They're like a sign on I was placed like one of your cleansing pit, and then you were holding a trophy bro, but you broke it now. But what? I don't know what it is. And then he said for the 20th,
Oh, Merc looks like he's fucking 12. What the fuck?
This was my favorite coming into this tournament. They've been unbelievable at hard
What
point.
the fuck?
They know they have a great opportunity here before
Who the fuck is this guy?
showcase to the world what he's all about.
Supposedly he's him, bro. He's been winning all the Challengers Cups, so let's see. Fucking New Age scump, dude.
I'm ready to get it going. Florida for the first time this week.
It like reminds me of that era when everybody was like 14 playing and shit.
Medals, Super, Ring Core, and Real.
She's straight for that corner. You're talking mindful that
I can barely even hear the crowd. They were so weak for that.
Series of their home major, and they haven't looked better all year than in this moment. They got a top 3 place.
Miami's about to win real shit.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude Super that joined, he's really good.
I'm going out hotel, liquor stores.
I was looking at the bracket again.
I go there by the sleep. Even though I know a lot of knowledge, I don't pick out other people. I have mentors. I do online research online, YouTube videos, podcasts. I mean, you don't be
Damn, you think Merc's gonna choke?
You have to get the humble. Later, I can maybe think you know everything. Okay, sorry. You're making dummy.
That's crazy. He's about to get first rounded out.
He wants a brand new lineup, a lineup with like 18, 19-year-olds, but he's just been able to level up every
Dude,
single.
They choked to Cloud9, that's gonna be historical.
Best position he's ever gonna be in.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to like newer names,
Cloud9 is so
really
bad
kind
right
of
now.
taken
Let's see
focus
times this
from maybe some of
motherfucker.
the other players that were in the CDL drop the challengers. Like this is a fresh look for what was that Stallions roster we were talking about with Haven, Merc, and Merc. You know, now you got the first of those four guys. You get a chance to debut and show what the youth of all these look like. Now, it's just really funny because he's 12 years old. He looks like he's 16 here, but it should be one of those.
Interesting systems that he's working his way into, because with him at Brooklyn, he was running more of that lockdown, stable AR, which I think puts a lot of focus on insight to really be more flexible and try to actually fill Beans' role.
Yeah, some side is going to have to make a couple of appearances. We know when he does it online, he usually goes on 3 or 4 streets before he gets taken down. Let's talk a little bit more about the young rookie. To end up the Elite Stage 3 playoffs, he was unreal. 1.23 KD overall. Slaying rating was
I wonder if Toronto even has their academy team still. I don't think they do though.
A 2.13. He found a lot of success in his open first goal. And then when he also was put into those clutch rounds, it looked like he was a man.
I think the thing too was, you know, we've tried.
Oh, he's putting the gorilla grip on. He's locked.
Yeah, back-to-back championships in challengers. It came with 3 distinct.
Have you used that shit?
Rosters. So
No, never.
Plug and play when it comes down to the system that.
Dude, when I tried that shit, I was like, damn, if I use that shit scootery, oh my god.
This Toronto team has that same level of system-based planning that you look at. But let's talk about the other side here, because for Miami, they have
that has to be what kids are using now, I bet.
playing on land, especially when they're
Miami's
playing
about to
that is
die.
labeled as their home major.
Yeah, their pickup super is fucking really good.
Spanish fans rallying behind them, and now they're at their home major here in Boca Raton. And they want to start the tone off on the right foot. Spawning into a Hacienda hard point. Ever since the addition of Super, they played in at least 3 out of the 5 series so far throughout this stage. It's been a lockdown for them, man. They are the best team on rotation because of what their ARs can do. Just hold down these leads and allow my SMGs to roam free.
It's really interesting because both these two teams play hardpoint very differently. Miami, one of the best teams at holding. Toronto, one of the worst. One of the best teams when it comes to breaking hills. So that may be some of the battle that we look at, kind of playing it two edges of the sword. And if you're joining us here late, this is our best of 5. That dealership destroy. It's going to be fired. But we got to talk about this here. First of all, it's the Miami Heretics taking on the Toronto Ultra. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Vamos, mi gente. Let's get into the Hacienda hard point to start this one. Core and Reha already combining for 2 kills. Whenever I like to watch Miami Heretics, they usually dominate every single P1. You can already tell.
Oh yeah, there they go already.
All we gotta do is continue to hold down the
There they go already, dude.
Super with the extra AR also in play. Looking really nice to lock down this open lane. Not even playing for the
Bro, I don't even recognize
just
who
letting
fucking
Real
Heretics
run
is.
routes over that direction. Ultra trying to set up
Heretics, Super, and Renko, they're actually all newbies, bro. Like they played through the Challengers team that Miami has. I think Meadows is the only
hella early.
yeah, I think Meadows is the only one that's new or not new.
AJC.
Hit the long route, Real working his way over through well side, but all of Ultra.
I believe he's just been talking to JC since the morning.
Bro, no, JC left and he's been talking to different people.
Looking for more and decides instead of
Fucking
playing for
guy.
the spawns to try to get into the hard point early. Not
Damn, bro,
now
Miami's
maybe a
whooping.
1v1 Mercules and Metals, and Mercules able to lock things up early on this P2.
There they go.
Let's sit on this POV for
They're
a little bit,
live.
as that's 3 dead. Miami has to
Shake
try
the
to work their
fucking
way
nerves
through
off,
the
dude.
Kleenex is already gonna be contested, and Miami are setting up
Like I bet you the rest of the team has pressure too because they have a sub.
every kill that they get.
They just need to chill out.
Had the read on it, called for help. Kleenex right there to assist. Now Joe locking things over the middle.
Good hold
That's
so far.
absolutely perfect from Ultra. Able to re-slip this lead back into their name. And for Miami, now you just have to hit from the front last 20 seconds.
Yeah, thankfully Rencore opens up with that first kill onto Mercury, so you have a little bit of pressure through the front door. Now it opens up the gap through the side, but trade after trade.
Oh,
He's able to walk away
3.
with 3. So now the spawns for Ultra, still at the old HP. Miami have a free rotation over towards the
Look at this line of scrimmage that Miami's setting up in the minimap.
Oh my god, Meadows is locked.
You've got Super backing up over towards mid to watch this cross, although he's hindered from being able to hold the position. Now he brings himself in a little bit of trouble. So just be told Miami the perfect setup
Nah,
rotation.
he's
Now
thugging.
this is already
He's
here for
thugging.
Toronto.
Oh my
He's
god.
thugging. He's thugging.
Test you over towards top left.
They let it be.
Joe to see.
Yeah,
Now
they
you just
let it
gotta
be.
win the gun. The team shots good enough to take care of Rencore. The nade good enough to take care of Real. And that's a team kill as well.
Pretty
Just
son.
if you're Ultra.
Yeah, Super's just hanging on to the high ground. One final read over towards the arches. Has Kleenex
Damn.
to try to contest the
Oh.
window position. Now Ultra can get to work with a spawn flip on the left-hand side of the map. Maybe a chance to place this last 20 for good.
Yeah, Miami should get heads up note on that.
I've been thinking of just contacting like the Honda dealership.
Final 20 is going to go
Maybe
in
Honda,
favor
Honda,
of
they'll
Ultra,
tell you
and
what
winning
to go
gunfights
for.
over
Yeah, Rencore is
rotation.
struggling.
Some
He usually
already
fries,
been
dude.
clearance, and now you can
Well,
block
that's
it
not
wide
your
open
fault.
with a good hold here.
Absolutely the case, but it is just
Not your
three
fault.
numbers playing over the top of this hard point. Go deceives, called to take his focus back over towards checkers. Help in the middle of the map, also coming through a long route on the way from Real.
He's financing it.
Not able to do so. It's just the Kleenex in the last word is held by Red Bull. Miami get their break.
Down S&G and AR in hand. Joe Deceives trying to contest. Just trying to stall on time for the teammates to get back into the play, but from Miami in the position to play these trades. They know where the spawns are coming in. Now the pinch is here for Super. He's going to lock it. Instantly turn around towards Lambo.
Timing is going to be everything here from Super. Read down low was decent, but the win even bigger. Kleenex for a double inside the hard point. Also, make sure that Super is held back. Last 20 seconds. Important here for Toronto to try to lock this time down. Metal shut down from the open hallway. Here comes the pinch from the front. Real, one of the last ones standing, and will not be able to crack the code here. So Ultra reclaim the lead. Rancor dealt with, and Subsite again, turning up here for Toronto.
Yeah, and also Kleenex, a 13-8 start. He's been their X Factor all throughout stage 3.
Oh my God, Metals is shitting.
Level, but on the other side, Metals, he was like just their X Factor. If Meadows can give you consistent gameplays, especially in the respawn, you're going to stand a pretty good chance if you're Miami.
Oh, he's got an opportunity here off of this stun to follow up on it. Good teamwork executed on Miami.
Big two.
Damn.
Won 5 in a row. Looking for more, but shut down through open hallway. Miami not actually able to stay on the hard point here, which is a bit concerning considering that they have a good kill feed, and Toronto's going to come back in and find themselves a setup and give themselves some time.
Yeah, they're just keeping it scrappy through the middle of the map this time around. Want to stay alive over towards Spiral side, but Super lines up a double.
Oh my gosh, it's so
on
free.
the hard point is Mercules. He's able to find 2,
Yeah.
and at least contest around that mid-map area, and still allows his teammates to have the spawns for new.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is a really good double for Mercules because Toronto was spawning out towards both, but those wins allow a spawn over towards the well side with just 12 seconds remaining on the P1. Joe locking things down creates a free route for Toronto to get into P2, and Mercules will know that this is a very tested position. He sees it by himself.
Yeah, just going to keep on backing up. I have all of the left side of the minimap. So let me just read this pressure from a different angle. Joe Deceives knows that he's also going to get pressure through the middle of the map. He's at least able to find one. Mercules on the trade, so you have the numbers to still contest it.
Oh, insight. Nice little up and over. Gives himself some space. Has help as the spawns are still in for Toronto. First significant lead starting to brew here for the Ultras. Insight finds 2. That cleans everything up, and Miami have to reset. And a delayed elimination there for Mercules staggers this hit convincingly for the Heretics.
And this is sort of like the series that they played online, where you're going up against Ultra, who are 7-2 in hardpoint. They don't really have a guy that stands out in this lane. They're just doing the fundamental part better a lot this time around than they did the previous couple of stages. And if they keep on beating you to rotation, and you're always forced to break, you're just not going to have a good time. But at least
wow, holy shit.
Super, but it's still leads to nothing.
Yeah, 13 seconds, not enough time for Miami to send any numbers to try to finesse this scrap time. So they're going to, again, try to put together that 50-yard line, try to battle. Kleenex already finds one, moving quickly over the top. And that's a position that Super does not want to get rid of. A little back jump comes out, Metals with a pinch, and Miami will hold on to the initial time here at 3.
Now they need a good chunk of time here at P3. You already have one player spawning out. Real's gonna be set up on a natural pinch. He's able to also win a one-on-one gunfight. 3 kills go in favor of your way. If you're Miami, you know where they're spawning. Over towards well side. Let's just continue to build that line.
Well, things looking good for Miami, but Ultra, they were successful on this break attempt last time we were here. See if they can muster it again as we get elicited with Toronto Ultra.
I spawned out back.
Okay, okay, heard you.
Still playing this?
I'm gonna come off
Yeah,
this to you.
I spawn,
Really weak. I'm shot. I blocked this.
Go new, go Jimmy. I'm just playing dubs, okay?
Yeah.
I called the low mid cross. From the cross actually, sorry.
I'll tell you.
One shot. He's top dubs. He's
Okay,
hitting open slow. One old, one top dubs.
Stay down.
Nice, one could be up.
Nice.
I'm sure my family.
Yeah, I'm blocking. You're good. I have a low picture.
Relative blind, I'm still alive. Look for super still, okay?
Yep, heard you.
I have a low
Yeah,
picture.
top plat. He's going off his eye. He's going front office, bro.
Heard you.
They're coming our open.
Metal just keeps 3-piecing. Doing it for nothing. Yo, Real never has this much fucking trouble on land. This is crazy.
Push up outside, okay?
And in 21 is
Yeah.
wild.
Give Joe time.
He's gonna be open.
Oh,
See him.
spawner.
On the right, on the right.
Nice, good shot, bro.
Only two time.
Yeah, only two times. Keep fucking on.
Yo, one more kitchen.
I got time, alright, go.
Zooming out a little bit from the map itself, kind of picking out Mercury's voice. He calls he's going in the long pinch. His teammates are helping him out when he's on the last one left standing on the hill. It's good stuff from Merc.
Yeah, just talking about the energy, it just sounds like he's the perfect fit for the social roster because everyone is calm, cool, and collected, focused on the play in front of them. You were at least able to keep that P4 a little bit scrappy and this 50-point lead in your favor. But now Miami looking to fight back. They're soaking up a lot of this P1 time again, but they need this once for P2.
Yeah, they absolutely do. But again, you have to kind of fight this war on two fronts right now with a 40-point deficit looming and a couple of kills coming away for Ultra to get back on the time for P1. Joe having a good map, 23 and 19. Inside over the top, shut down by Metals. Chance here for Miami with numbers as they clean up the hallways.
Oh, that's a big 3 dead at the right time because now what it does to the spawns for Ultra, they're 3 across the map. The road
Damn, Mercury's shooting.
At least line up 2. Teammates are going to fill that gap through the middle space and now still contest at the ending of this time, but Miami have the rotation to do.
What happens with the spawn with Rencor? On top of the new hill, that is a blessing. He can come back towards driveway, help out for this long play. Super gets a look at least one member for Ultra playing through the outside of well. Has to back away, has help nearby. Also responsible for the cross. Super's gotten to read on a lot of this, but no kills coming through. Inside Hercules teaming up. Rencor falls, it's just down to Real. He's overwhelmed. Ultra secure the break.
And the break is perfect because I still think that they have a chance, a slight chance of closing out the game here. So if you're Miami, obviously you don't want to give them all this time. You have to try to contest this. 2 players working their way through well, the rest through mid-spiral. Kleenex is going to have his hands full. Joe Deceive starts it off at the first, and if you keep on trading, you're always going to be in a good spot if you're Ultra.
Yeah, Insight knows exactly what he has to watch. Just this play over to the side door. First kill in, pistol out, trying to wait for help. Kleenex there to supply it, and Insight's still alive. So Miami trying to find this final moment, this hit for the scrap time. They may have to give it up. Insight stayed alive too long, and now you get to bank on trying to play a perfect hold on P3.
Yeah, it needs to be a locked-in setup right here for Miami if they want to stand a chance in the comeback here in map number 1. But already 2 players dying off the rotation. Your setup isn't going to be at full strength. So if you're Ultra, take your time on these routes. Everyone gets picked off in their one-on-one. Last player standing is going to be Joe Deceive, and he influences the back spawns for his team.
Oh, you get a little bit of a mantle here from Rencor. Timing does deter from the play just a touch. Ultra still stacked up over towards Tinside. Kleenex working on a pinch from behind. Finds one from window. A look over towards Real. He'll leave that for his teammates to try to overwhelm. Mercury's inside with the pistol. Shut down by Rencor, but there's the final flip. No one's going to touch. And what a debut for Mercury's. 27 and 23 with a minute 45 in the hill. What an absolutely unbelievable debut from the young gun.
That's a great opening hard point right there from Ultra. Not coming in with your full lineup, you're thinking, okay, it's going to take us a little bit, to be where we want to be with an instant substitute player. But
that's fire. Mercury's is actually good as hell.
You can just tell how easy Mercury's just fit into the system. He's understanding what he needs to do. He understands what I need to set up on these benches. I need to pull out the extra SMG as well. But if you are Ultra and you're going to consistently win basically every single rotation on a map, that's how the game's going to go.
Yeah.
Miami can't consistently play from the back foot and expect good results.
I think the other side of that is just kind of watching just the Toronto portion of the minimap, watching how they're moving. Insight feels like he's playing with a little bit of extra tempo.
Yep.
Getting in the mix a little bit more often, not just relying that he's going to have another AR like Beans, who's going to do the dirty work. So Insight's got to step up, play with a little bit more speed, and that fits his play style more like what we've seen from old Ultra rosters in the past. And moments like flashes in the pan from him this year, but 26 and 20, 22 of those non-traded for Insight, and he still nearly gets a minute in the hill. I love seeing that form of Jamie playing.
Yeah, everyone's just got to step up on the side of Ultra.
Yeah.
Kleenex and Joe Deceive have to be more consistent with their SMGs. Inside has to step up in his spacing, and that's only going to allow Mercules to be the guy soaking up the hill time. Almost 2 minutes, 17 kills in the objective as well, so he's defending that hard point to the T. And when you look at the game flow, it's just, all right, we were back and forth from the first set. But then the second set, Ultra started winning rotations, finding breaks at the end of these hard points to give them a better chance.
That's going to be so crazy if Optic loses and has to play them again.
How you want to play
Again,
P2s. If you were to look at that back again, it was like 30 seconds the first time, or there 40 seconds the second time, and another 35 the last time around. And I think the most remarkable thing about saying that is it was rotation rotation wins, but successful holds. That's something that Toronto has really struggled with on the year, not just in the stage. So the fact that you've added a new player in the mix, you're still rotating well, but you're finding more success holding onto these hard points, that's great news for Ultra looking forward, not just in this series, but potentially longer into the weekend.
Oh yeah, without question, man. Hard point, if you're any of these challenger players or an amateur player working your way on in, that's what you're expecting to perform the best at. Now it's just going into search and destroy, where being in a new lineup, strategies aren't going to be the same. You're basically just having to get a play call in your mind, just okay, this is what I need to do for the roster. So if you're Ultra, search and destroy is going to be your biggest focus without having Beans in the line, because he was so impactful for this team in S&D specifically. He had insane amount of 1v1 clutches, insane amount of 1v2 clutches. Now you don't have that. You got to figure it out.
Well, you do have a Challengers player who was one of the top KD leaders in search and destroy through playoffs, so there is a level of that. But on the other side, we got to play to the other tune of the fiddle here. Miami's been unbelievable at search and destroy this stage. In particular, their dealership has looked really, really good. Now, Toronto, like Ant was saying on the desk, round 10s, round 11 losses, so they're no strangers to this map. But this has been an instant addition to the map pool for Miami in a very successful way.
Yeah, it's crazy though, because every single time that they played dealership, it's went all the way to around 11. They just have the team with more ice to close out those round 11, specifically because of this guy, the new addition to the lineup, the super sub, a 1.63 KD. You even heard Meadows in the interview say, supers are brains. Like, this is the guy that's giving the comms, setting up the strategies.
Well, Toronto's actually looking great.
So he's a lot to handle in S&D.
That is wild.
Like, you know, watching over him over the last handful of years, I mean, you remember he was also a part of like the Black Ops 6. I think it was
That's how you know Joe, Inside, and Kleenex are just solid players.
Like, he is going to get you at least one when it comes to search and destroy, and that has absolutely reigned true in this first chance of him playing in the CDL. So need this bounce back map here if you're Miami, but it's not a guarantee that the search and destroy is going to come through. Even though you are 6-0 on the mode, you're playing up against a tough adversary on a map that they've both played before, and it did go nearly the full distance last time they played.
Yeah, and it's also a new team. Like,
exactly.
They need to have members unlocked to do polls on chat.
The last time you played dealership, when it went all the way to around 11, but at least you know, overall big picture for Ultra, they love the attacking side. They love to get aggressive, find that opening duel, get the bomb down immediately, and then just play their numbers. On the opposite side for Ultra, they're great at retakes, so it's just a battle on two fronts.
It's the same thing like we told them the hard point side of things. Defense on one side versus the attack on the other. It's the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. But there is a look at the last 5 maps. Wins across the board. Some of them have gone the distance. Round 11s versus Toronto and Atlanta on this map. Those are 2 great search and destroy teams. So those are really notable wins, not just because they beat them on this map, but because who you beat on this map.
The newest map added to the map pool. Miami trying to tie up the series. They're going to be the team early on the defense. Toronto Ultra going to set the tone early on with aggression over towards A, but they have no trophy system, so we're going to slow down the approach.
And I'll be interested to see, like, as this search and destroy starts to develop, do they trust Insight to play kind of the island role, or will they put Mercules in that position to kind of play it how he sees fit? Well, to come to find out as we get deeper into the rounds. But for this one, it's just opening nades and stuns onto the corner towards A, pushes back Toronto initially, but killing the noise, creating some doubt. Ultra now restaging.
And you're consistently showing face over here at A, so you're just pulling the defense on this side of the map, and you're just trying to find an opening for Kleenex to eventually work this pinch, but bomb is slowly close up towards the side, but Joe DeCizzi is gone.
Yeah, good contest here from Miami. Play from Vent also works.
Oh,
it's
trade
here comes that
fest.
flank, though. But what route does
Sweet
Kleenex
too.
want to take him? He's going to try to go over through garage side. He does find the first. Real right behind this play through Vent, finds one. Can't quite get through the Vent initially, but still slips away 1v1.
Oh, some star SMGs in a one-on-one. 25 seconds to go. Kleenex has the bomb in hand. You know that you're going up against Real. It's all about the timings.
And the time's ticking. Real's already checked over the top of the B site. Holds a corner. Kleenex making his move. Now they see each other. Real backs away. Puts the pressure onto the clock. Kleenex tries for the instant hop, and Real gets the perfect read. Doesn't wait to see if he plants it or not. Just chows it, finds the win. Miami takes the opener.
It's a big round right there from Real. The 1v2 clutch. Isolates on the first gunfight through the vent. And then gets the info, repositions, and then another gunfight through the vent. Real might just be a rat. Secures the round there for Miami. Start off 1-0.
Love it. And I think just in particular, the decision to challenge the plant when they do, because the read was there. Like, they knew Real was playing on the garage door. Toronto was starting to get some pace up, but Good challenge coming through. Good read from Miami. Matches all of that pressure. Now their first chance at their next offense.
This time they got trophy sims to work with, but one instantly gets blown away. Now it's on Insight. Just try to keep them at bay before the teammates get back into the play, but they take a lot of space.
Yeah, and you know you've got a defender over towards the garage door, but Real, not the bomb planner, he can actually move a little bit further forward, see if he can scale up. They see Kleenex making a slide back into the site, but then Real shuts down the pitch. Hercules trying to work with Kleenex to hold on to the site, but the trades are still good for Miami, leaving the rookie up for the 1v2.
Smirk got the magic in him, finds the first, almost lines up the double. But Miami start off with the first blood, put them in the numbers advantage, consistently finding trades because players in the right position. And if you have a 2v1 to close it out, usually it's going to leave one of us standing at the end. And thankfully, Rencore just instantly commits on the double chow. And they quickly go up 2-0.
And again, I just love this tempo of decision for Miami. Not only is the bomb getting on, you're going to get a sub a little bit further forward. Make that defense really work for the retake. It's worked out really nicely so far, both on the defensive and offensive sides here for Miami. What adjustments are we going to see from Toronto? Are they just going to get something a little bit more aggressive? There's the trophy, names over the top. Stuns also making their way through, but the defense for Miami is not really here. They're elected to give away this space initially.
Yeah, so you should just instantly work this bomb plant. This is what Ultra love to do on a map like Dealership. And so does Zeeves. Stay alive from all the nades and explosions over the top. Bomb gets planted 4v4.
Yeah, and Miami's going to be scrambling here. They were hoping that all those nades and utilities were going to be able to deter this plant. But they do find first blood regardless. Kleenex pops up, finds himself.
Damn.
Trying to slide
Oh.
third, but Riel's able to find the trade. But he's on his lonesome. 1v2, and he's got to try to push off not just Insight, but also Hercules on these long corners. I believe he may have seen both.
Yeah, he has info on both. So it's about challenging at the right time, but you peek the wrong corner, and the team fires good enough for Ultra to put one on the board. This time they're like, okay, we're on offense. We got trophy systems. Let's play with the same aggression we did in round number 1. But if this time they're not going to show face, instantly work the bomb plan and it works out.
The interesting thing about that, though, is Toronto only throws, I think, the one trophy on the corner. I don't think they had one on the bomb.
No.
So Miami is banking on, okay, we'll just
Mercury's is making an impressive debut.
Got Joe low, but not low enough
Make
to find
plays.
the kill.
They won the first map. They didn't
Keep
get
that in mind
3-0'd,
next
so
time Miami tries to play defense, I imagine they will not be just giving away that space for free in the future.
And now they're going to switch up their approach on their offense. Aggressive as hell over towards B, but you already gained the info if you are Kleenex. Now, going to give the comp to your teammates, start to hit that rotation on back, because this is where the play is going to come in.
Yeah, really good zone of control established by the utility, and this is what I love about how Miami play this map. They're always trying to get someone to scale deeper into the site. Bomb plant not in yet. Mercury's thinking about throwing a shoulder. Real nearby. Rencore backing up to watch the flank, and Miami's going to try to catch Toronto, trying to challenge this bomb, and that's exactly why Real makes good on his position for first blood.
You still can't really work this objective.
Yeah, Miami win a lot of their map twos.
Thankfully, Meadows starts off with the first. Rencore on the pinch. Now it's a 1v4 for Joe Deceives. He's at least able to find the first, but a 1v3 or 40 seconds, they know exactly where you are. Everyone just chow at once.
I absolutely love how Miami are playing this map right now. Metals gets
Run
the
away.
information. And again, it's just a triple stack of Heretics members. Nowhere to go for JD. But again, it's a second straight offensive round. You get deep, you scale through, you set something up, you get a read when Toronto's defense is moving over, and then the player deep in the site makes his move for first blood. It's beautiful from Heretics.
Yeah, if you're Ultra, we have to be a little bit more spread on your defensive looks. I know you're a great team and retaking, but when you're giving up a lot of space, you don't really have an opportunity to retake it because they have all the power positions. So want to make sure you're initially showing face to the middle of the mat, aggressive through courtyard. You know, it's a lot more difficult to retake over towards that B site once it gets planted. But they give up that space. Real takes advantage of it. He strikes for the first blood. It's been 4 straight first bloods from Miami on this map so far. Now they're up 3-1.
Yep, and here we go. Miami's not going to play that same passive defense. They're going to stack with all 4 members with pre-fire already going down over towards the corner. Super finds first blood, and look at the space that Metals has taken. He is already deep at mid. The only thing that's different here is that Ultra have gotten someone all the way through, and the teammate somehow comes out, getting us to a 3v3.
Oh, yeah, so now if you're Mercury, it's just like, hey, you guys can rotate over towards B. I took a lot of space. Now I'm going to work this flank once Kleenex falls. So I gotta try to make up for it in the numbers. Thankfully, you're able to almost catch Super.
my
Rancor is
God.
able to save him. Now it's Insight in a 1v3.
Yeah, in Insight, this is one of those tough work type moments. Yeah, just jump at him. You know exactly where he's at. And it's another moment, like, even though the teammate comes through, but again, because the Heretics get someone deep at the map, yeah, you have to worry about that flank eventually, but it just scatters this Ultra setup so much to where they can't play anything together after First Blood's already been tallied.
Yeah, this is why it's so tough to come in on basically 1 day of practice on a brand new lineup and try to have some S&D strategies versus one of the best S&D teams that we had throughout stage 3. They're showing their dominance. Another First Blood in their back pocket. That time it was the stack over towards A. Instantly shut down that aggressive push, forced them to try to do something else. And then just play your numbers to your advantage. 4-1 now. Miami back on the offense. And this time the bomb carrier is actually going to take his time over towards A. So let's just show a little aggression over towards B, hold the defense, and then wrap it back towards A.
Again, I love this idea. You're going to throw bait and just say that, look at us, we're throwing all of our numbers towards B, and Toronto's going to have to take their time to re-clear that tin shack again because of the position that Miami were in the last time. So they're sending all 4 members over, and this fake has worked out beautifully. The only thing that's a little bit mismanaged here is that Miami have not aggressed at all towards A, and Toronto are going to be able to reset up their defense.
Yeah, that's the only thing. You just didn't take any space when Toronto started to hit that rotation over towards B, but now just going to have it flex.
This should be Miami's map. Big GG's.
And we can back up, we can take our time. Rewrapping is Real back over towards B. Mid-map has stayed in control largely of Toronto the entire time, but they haven't been able to sniff out where exactly Miami's moving towards, and that's where the problem starts to occur. Once again, Real scales forward, metals for the plant. Joe finds one on the flank, but I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. This setup for Miami is so good.
Yeah, they actually lay onto Rencor, but just still in a man disadvantage. So if you are Miami, so everyone watch each other's back. Don't let anyone slip on by. Kleenex is going to get spotted. He's going to fall. 1v3 for Joe Deceives with 30 seconds to go. And he's so dedicated on just finding this kill to Real. He's probably going to run out of time.
Yeah, he's absolutely going to run out of time. Real's just dancing with him. There's the follow-up. This has been a clinic of how to play dealership search and destroy. Both sides of the bomb have looked absolutely perfect from Miami. They still haven't had a first death yet. They've counted every first blood. This has been a masterclass.
Hey, when you play the map 3 or 4 times throughout the stage, every single one goes to around 11. Eventually, you're going to make some of those adjustments to start having some blowouts. And so far, the key to success.
Yeah, they look insane on this search right now.
You put yourself in the man advantage. You continuously are playing trades to close out these rounds. Now we're at game point. Ultra trying to look for some fight here. Let's just get a first blood. How about we start there?
Defense for Miami stacking towards
Toronto's about to lose this shit 6-1.
He sees nothing. Crossfire setup is already here. They don't even need the nades. They don't even need the nades.
Wow.
Looking for the ace. Insight completely stuck. Don't know if he gets all 4, but it may not make any difference because Miami have just blown Toronto Ultra out of the water.
Yeah, that's too easy. Way too easy. The mode that requires the most teamwork. They were just able to blow them out the water. 7 first bloods. Every single round they found that opening kill. They were able to walk away with a 6-1 victory. The SMGs taking the space. The ARs finding success in opening duels. And then whenever you're always putting yourself in the man-up advantage, you're just playing the man-up advantage every single time. So bounce back,
insane.
Good enough there for Miami to tie the series up at 1. Now we're truly in a grueling series.
Vault control next. Holy. Hmm.
Push it up like how may I help you? Hope you pray to whatever God that'll help you. When I pull up, I'll make sure that these suckers see me. Paint the Chevy, fuck a Lamborghini. Rolling up, no speaking, bitch, what I tell you. See, I got a sock car, don't know what I've been through. Stripes on the mic, she blow it, and then I send her home. On the round, having a ciggy, need to leave that bitch alone. Bones be the deity froze, but I got that heat on me, pop it, get it, pop it. I chop 'em up with the guillotine, pockets on creatine, neck punching over, brain dead rocks in my chain, slanging balls. Push it up like how may I help you? Hope you pray to whatever God that'll help you. When I pull up, I'll make sure that these suckers see me. Paint the Chevy, fuck a Lamborghini. Ice watch when you drop it next, don't even bother asking. My jeans came from Tokyo, my neck got back from Aspen. I'm laughing to the bank with a brand new stick. I paint with it like Elton John. I hate bitches that rocket, man, I stay with it. Left hand full of blues, I move where the money do, boy. With your bitch taking trips, she taking dick, and you ain't have a clue, boy. My Tesla drive itself, it took me to your house. With an extra wide trunk, so watch your fucking mouth, bitch. Push it up like how may I help you? I'ma do it myself. Flat drop from the top, just to fit my belt. Got a pep in my step, I make that service bell. At the COVID, I flick quick, get up, back up, bell. With the weed, sing it every seed, sing it every star. Record after record, just a day at the job. Even when I leave, there is no sun to wall. My biggest fear is I'm always there to pick you up when you fall.
Got too locked in.
This is the thing again, just looking at how Toronto kind of set themselves up, how they try to get this break off going. There's a lot of respect for that high ground control, but the SMG's fully locked in on where these pitches would likely come from. Nice shots out of Hercules, able to help Kleenex out for one, but eventually overwhelmed. That second tick not fully confirmed.
Yeah, Miami have the numbers. They're able to trade out effectively before that second segment does get locked. So now you're just trying to take a little bit of map control away from them. But Mercury's an inside. The ARs find an opening double.
Really good.
Now you can reinforce your way through to the map, stack it, extend time early.
Yeah, and Kleenex is going to be trusted to go surf out where exactly this Miami pinch is at. So second tick lock, third on the way. Here comes the collapse from the Heretics, trying to jump back into the point. Shut down, Joe Deceives, good for one. Final moment, though, is just down to Real. Kleenex looking for him. Second kill gets down. A little slide away on his red core to clean things up and get some depletion on this third tick.
Yeah, now he just wants to stay alive as long as he possibly can before the reinforcements are able to get back into the play. Metals is going to fall through Top Cat. So Ultra have an avenue of approach here. You can walk through the front door, you can drop down through the middle.
Oh!
That leads to all four dead. Time should be extended while Mercules is already watching the cutoff.
Yeah, he's already seen one. Slipping through. I don't think Super saw him. You do have Real looking to keep this overextension safe, but now Mercules comes back into the play and hits the cut, but does not get there in time. 15 plays 14, minute 27 on the clock. Small.
Why did Mercules should have just ran around the back?
They get just need to continuously push on forward. Real and Rentor already combining for two. Mercules trying to rip out the guy from top art. But he just wants to hold this position for his team. But now you got to watch your back line because here comes Real. He's only able to get one, so you clear out your spawn. But 12v11, you don't have a lot of opportunities to play trades.
Yeah, you've got maybe 2 hits at this if you're Ultra. Middle of the map goes back in the way of Toronto. Now the pressure. Whoa, they find Rancor front side of the zone. Plus Mercules now pushes up through the
there it goes.
Last one left alive at the moment, at least in terms of who's furthest forward for the defense's medals. You're going to get a little bit of a pinch established by Real, but it's being watched by Joe Deceives, or is it? It should have been, but doesn't really fully come through. Kills come out, and that's enough to at least get this tick, I think, confirmed there. Yeah, sure is for Toronto.
Yeah, the biggest kill right there, was Real finding a timing through double doors. He's able to get one, walk away with his life and his AR from the top side of Art. Also finds the second kill, so 40 seconds to go. Basically, the last push coming in for Ultra because they only have 6 lives remaining.
Oh.
Gets the better of Super.
Insight had to win that.
Once he falls,
that
now
was
it's
the
your
one
last
fight.
push.
Yeah, and Metals is going to shut down B Street. Everything's going to have to come through Vault Stairs. And yeah, you've got Real just kind of running circles. Yeah, and cleaning everything up. So Miami's going to hold defensively. Not the worst start, though, all things told, for the side of Toronto. Insight wasn't able to quite get things going, but you get 4 ticks. Not bad.
4 ticks definitely isn't bad when you're spawning in on the offense without any trophy systems, but thankfully, if you're Miami, you had a Real because the ARs are just so posted on their side of the spawn, and the only person taking space once those kills are going down is Real. Thankfully, he was able to win one-on-one gunfight after one-on-one. Goes 12-6 at the opening round with 1,300 damage. He was the guy setting the tone there. Now you got 4 seconds to make up.
Yeah. And I think just kind of comparing to the stats that we had from the Stage 3 qualifiers, that's actually a really solid defense for Miami.
Oh, yeah.
A team that had really, really struggled on that side of the zone. But now you get a chance to go over to the attack. And I'm going to keep my focus, again, just firmly planted on what route does Mercules want to take here in terms of, is he going to be trusted on the island to watch through B Street, or are they going to try to get him in the mix?
Yeah, realistically, you just want Joe Deceives and Kleenex to really dictate to how this round is going to go, because Toronto Ultra, so far in this stage, they've been able to outslay on the defensive side by almost 8 kills, and that's usually through your SMGs, just nonstop in their drill. 2 making 3 kills initially go their way, they instantly shut down that first push.
I love that. That's just 1 sub on one side, 1 sub on the other. Mercules hangs out with Insight, or pardon me, Kleenex, and then jumps back over to help out. Joe Deceives finds 3 kills to open things up. Beautiful start for the rookie. Yeah, just evaluating what his efficacy is going to look like when it comes to being a CDL potential player. He's heading to this point. Solid start here for Toronto defensively. Real, good win. Keeps the pressure on to B for a small time, but Mercules right there to find the trade.
Oh, yeah. They just consistently are having the numbers on every single one of these engagements. Mercules with the double. Joe Deceives loses the one-on-one after taking down 1, but you already have another line of defense here to contest it while Mercules is already pushed out over towards ammo. Now he's forcing Miami to overextend through pool.
Yeah, they've got the perfect defensive setup. They have lost Super, and he's going to need to touch this zone and pull this defense back because his teammates are in hell right now.
Eventually he tries to get back into the play, but Kleenex on the right back is able to locate
Nah, Ultra
Super.
win this round.
It's not
They have
26
to.
seconds, not a single segment earned on the side of Miami. You're trying to get something done, or at least pull a defense over towards B so you can open up a lane through the middle of the map, but Jodeci strikes for 2.
Dude.
And now you need to make a miracle happen.
I am loving what I'm seeing from Mercury.
Damn.
14-8, getting it done now with both weapons.
Hello.
Give him 9 in a row. Oh my goodness, what a debut for Hercules. Toronto suffocating this Miami offense. Last chance, it has to come through B Street. Kleenex keeping him on the pinch. Joe right there with him, and there's just no way they could touch his zone. Beautiful.
That's just too much aggression there. Usually with Beans on a map like Vault, he's the guy strictly running an AR. Insight's going to be switching between that SMG and that AR role, but Mercules picks up an SMG, and he goes on 9 in a row. Don't know if he's able to earn himself the Hellstorm, but once he finds all these kills through B Street, blocks the spawn while pushing out ammo, and then just consistently winning one-on-one gunfight after one-on-one gunfight. The rookies having a good series so far.
Having a great series. So now Toronto, huge advantage in terms of the current tick progression. And we'll get a chance at their second offense with trophy systems to help give them some support on their breakoff. Now, I will say, and I don't think Mercury is going to quarterback this play, but usually round 3 offenses for Mid Brooklyn were through vault stairs to B.
Yeah.
Will there be something like that for Toronto? No, not this time.
It's non-stop aggression through the middle of the map. They know if we secure these 3 segments here at A, we guarantee ourselves defense. If it does go to a round number 5 and Inside and Kleenex, last 2 standing, gonna guarantee that first segment. Now Miami have to hit a couple routes to work their way back on in. Thankfully, Metals wins the 1 through Cat.
Yeah, Stack will get the second tick of progress locked in. Kleenex helping out, able to find 1 trade, but by himself, trying to slip through, but not gonna happen. And now Mercules, yeah, caught, trying to toss a stun. So Miami's defense able to recover, but it comes at the cost of the 2 ticks already mentioned.
Yeah, second segment does get locked, so you're currently up by 6 if you're Ultra. And if you're Miami, you're looking to not give up any more. You just need to keep on slaying the way that we have been. It was Riata set the tone first on the defense, but everyone else is starting to come activated. Kleenex last man standing, the beat down good enough for Renford to find that kill. Now all of Ultra off the respawn.
Oh, Joe gets caught in a weird spot. The perfect spawn trap started to be built here for Miami. Hercules cleans out B Street.
Yeah, they're just getting
Seen at the
squad
front
wiped.
doors, but keeps his life. Stun does not connect. Joe trying to work through this. Again, more damage coming through, but Super's got his cross, and this is as deadly as anything we've seen. Just the 2 ticks for now, and Miami are not bending on this spawn trap at all.
Yeah, they can't breathe. Like 21v9. We're blocking the spawns up both ends, and you're consistently spawning towards the backside of the tank. As soon as you're coming off the respawn, a stun is hitting you right into the grill. So Ultra, after a magnificent start to this round, have nothing else to show for it besides those 2 segments. But Inside of Mercules at the right time. Clutch up, find it 2. You can work your way back in A.
Metals has gotten 1. Super, red, healed, dealt with quickly.
No way.
No way. So there's the extra 60 seconds. The
Oh my God.
probability of them winning this round is still low, but it's not impossible. Clock comes to a pause. Joe on the site, and now it's just Super, the only one really to contest from top window.
Yeah, you just got to be in a position to read these pitches, though, because you know Miami are going to set up on some of these long routes. They know that Stack isn't going to be there, and now you have no more respawns on the side of Ultra. So your last push has to go through the front. Your ARs already fall. And this is going to be Miami standing strong again.
But still, that extra tick of progress is everything for Toronto. So even though it looked like it was just going to be the 2 that had been previously captured, it will be 3. So now for Miami, you got to get this done by way of full capture.
Yeah, realistically, you want to close it out on this round. You secure every single segment. Obviously, that's the end of the map, but you're guaranteed if we do go to that round number 5 to be on the attack again. Thankfully, the AR, sometimes the SMGs in the hand of the AR players. They were able to slay. That's been an issue so far throughout this stage with Miami. A map that they used to love. They just really couldn't figure out once you added Super into the lineup of how they wanted to play it, how they were going to execute their slaying. They've been showing it so far on their defensive side.
Yeah, which is, again, just looking at the qualifier stats, already an improvement in terms of them being able to capitalize and win defensive rounds. But like you mentioned, the math will favor Toronto if this does get to 5 rounds. Metals taking it out underneath. This is a B hit developing, but Toronto not going to be surprised by this. They haven't seen anything in A, so the setup is perfectly already set up for this B defense, and trades are fine enough. Mercury's only able to find one, and Real's actually going to get a route that pushes the spawns for Toronto way out, so Miami will get a second chance at this.
Yeah, and we already have arc control, so how much more can Real do in this position? He's able to get one, almost get out of dodge. That at least guarantees one segment here at B. Your other AR on the opposing end is still holding down this cross angle, and let's just stay on the point.
Yeah.
They can't get near you.
Good kills coming through. Rencore up top, dealt with. Super trying to keep his life. He's got Real working with him. Help on the way, though. And here comes the pinch from Kleenex.
Damn.
One's watching it from vault stairs. He's going to find the first. Real pushed away. Still kicking for now. Third tick being worked on. Here comes.
This is crazy if Toronto lose.
Real will drop. Now it's on the metal. Joe deceives dancing with him. Gets him down to essentially a bullet, and Mercules will finish off the play. Toronto will hold.
Yeah, this is where we don't want to waste any more time.
Ooh.
Okay, we got 2 segments at B. We're on by 2 lives. Start to
That
work
would
our
have
way
got
over
dangerous.
towards A. Just need to take some gap control. And right now, Toronto have every single one of those angles cut off. But Super through the double doors finds one. Now the last man standing is going to be Kleenex, and they are still committing at this B point.
Good chow from Super. Takes out the contested over towards stairs side. Miami trying to get back over to get this extra 60 seconds. Inside in the way, though. Wins the first one cleanly. Real with the trade. Now the Semtex now finds the second. Up top, it's just down to Kleenex. He'll fall, and that'll be an extra 60 seconds with a 5-life advantage for the Heretics.
Yeah, now Mercules knows that we already lost that B point. I need to try to take some space in their spawn, but he loses the one-on-one gunfight. Now Miami have a stack going. You gotta go if you're Ultra.
You sure do, and Real's putting pressure on the pinch, making sure the defense is held back in their spawn a little while longer. Good slip away from Real. Kills so much time, allowing that first tick of progress to get locked. Rencore still existing right under the noses of Toronto, but now has been seen. Still comes away with one. Hold on a second, that's 3 dead. It's just down to the Rook.
Oh, Mercules, what can you get done? Can you at least stall out time for your teammates to get back into the play? Because Real, or Rencore on the other hand, he put himself in a position to get the players off the respawn. So you instantly have the numbers. That's 4 dead. Miami should win this map now.
And Supers giving a little ceremonious welcome to the league there at the end as Miami will get the stack and now take an edge in the series in a major way. A huge swing back for Miami.
And you can see Rencore, wow, finally, guys, we won a ball control. It's been a long time, but we can start to add this back into the map pool, and this is the perfect time to do it at the event, at your home major, to go up 2-1 in this series versus Ultra. It's a simple story, though, right there on the map 3. It's just Miami, usually.
That's a good control out of the Heretics.
That time, they were able to outslay Toronto Ultra. The only one that goes positive is Mercules. Like, Joe Deceives and Insight really didn't have a big impact on that map, and they usually show it on their defenses. That time, they just got caught off guard with that early beat push, and Miami just kept on committing to that play, and it continuously caught Toronto off guard.
Yeah, really just kind of comes down to a couple of final 1v1s over the top of the B zone. I mean, the initial breakoff looked like Miami was being read, but then there's that last 1v1 that they win, gives them a little bit more time to breathe, a little bit more space to work with off respawn. And you mentioned it, Mercules 24, 22, 19 non-traded. Good stuff again for the debut, but in the face of 24 and 18 from Rencore and 28 and 18 from Real, those two boys were shooting.
Yeah, those are the guys that we've always talked about throughout this entire season from Miami. Can we get these guys some more consistent players around them? Because they're always capable of putting numbers up like that. Thankfully, you add a player like Super, more consistent in the AR role. Metals is playing a lot more consistent ever since Super has entered into the lineup. But they always had that slaying prowess, and they show it there on the map number 3. The 3 maps in the middle of this series as well, like the Dealership, the Vault, and the Protocol coming up next, is all from the series that they played online. And it was Ultra walking away with every single one of those respawns. But when you just don't have your team, strategies aren't the same, man.
Yeah, and there's a level of that to be sure. Again, I think in terms of an emergency substitute situation, they made the best pickup they possibly could. I do think that there is a level of this Ultra team is not changing their identity dramatically, so they're still fighting, they're still in this. Is it the same as playing with Beans? No, not at all, but you know, you're still battling. And this Miami team's not bad. You gotta remember that they're still finished off this qualifier stage with their only loss being to Toronto, when they had a hot couple of weeks. So You know, this was a square up. Namo said it at the very beginning. What's the difference between the 4 and the 5 seed? Nothing. They're essentially the exact same seed. So there's a level of these two teams being evenly matched, and we've been treated to a really competitive series at this point.
Oh, yeah, without question, man. Miami have answered the call once they spawned into that search and destroy. They showed improvements on their vault control, which they haven't been able to show throughout the stage. And now if you're Ultra, you're trying to go back-to-back in hard points with a rookie on the lineup. At least based off what we saw in map number 1, the fundamentals are there. You need to make sure you do the same thing on a map like Protocol, because you did play this team on this situation in a map 4, and the reason why you were finding a lot of success is because you were breaking the money hills. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that with a new substitute player in the lineup, but just stay consistent on being the players there first, being the team initially off the play.
And I think that was the impressive thing about the Ultra listening from Hacienda, was when they were building for rotation. You even heard Merc saying, I'm going to go on a pinch here. Like, they're still thinking about it in the correct way. But here's a look back at over kind of how the opening map had gone and how things are going to this point here. To this point, you're seeing, again, the two rookies to the league topping the charts for both of their squads, which is inspiring to see in terms of, again, longevity in the league for maybe both these guys.
So if you're Mercules, you're feeling great. All right, my first series versus a hot Miami Heretics. I'm doing what I need to do for the lineup. I just need everybody else to start to pick it up around me. It's just tough. Like I said, if you don't have your full lineup to have all that confidence you would in the world to have this rematch here, but he's just got to continue to do what he does. On the opposite side for Super, I feel like he's not really like at that high level the way we saw him on the online stages. Probably a little lackluster here so far here on land, but at 1.06, you'll take that.
No, absolutely. And I think there's always been a certain thing, like talking about Super as we look back over the bracket. You know, Super's history playing in EU Challengers has always done really, really well online, but not being able to reproduce those same kind of success stories in person. Maybe not just from an individual standpoint, but as a collective squad. So for Miami, sitting up 2-1 right now, you're looking at this like you're looking at Madrid. Like, hold on a second. These guys are gunning. The issue is you have to go up against the Thieves next, whoever wins this matchup, which is no easy sight. Other side of that, if you're joining us here late, Vancouver continues to find success versus Atlanta. Dude, we're getting some weird head-to-head rivalries developing this season. So that's going to be a really interesting winners round 2. As Boston and Optic are waiting to jump on the stage next. Before we do, we get into the Protocol hardpoint. And again, I think all eyes on both the rookies that are taking the stage here to see who may find an edge.
It's a big map, man. Big map for both of these squads. If you're Toronto, you only had the opportunity to play it once throughout this stage. It's like one of those 50-50 hard points for them as a roster, but last time it was a 250 to 190 score in favor of the Ultra. They were finding breaks in towards the bunker, but here we go into the map number 4. Miami trying to advance that Saturday through the winners bracket side into the P1 we go. Trades are back and forth. Ultra trying to at least play keep away for now.
Yeah, look at the early route with Kleenex just going underneath, and he's going to try to surprise Red Core here through ladder, and that's exactly what happens. So now you got double window control for Ultra. They do this a lot, and that's why it's like Kleenex finding every single kill to this point, and that'll be enough for Toronto to flip the map at the same time.
The spawns instantly flip, but you still are unaware of what Metal's position is. He was camping towards the top side of Grandma's, and now it's his opportunity to potentially play keep away. He just wants to play his life as long as he possibly can, but Joe DeCease is going to fly on up, take care of that gunfight. Now the spawn's in favor of Ultra as well for P2.
Yeah, Insight, once again, up top towards the windows, pushed off, Real deals with it. Double for him now, making his way over towards mid.
All right, map 4.
Wins, but gets pushed back just a touch.
Couple seconds late, map out.
Super, but the regen is here, and this 1v1 may dictate who wins P2. Super finds not just one, but the second on the Joe DeCease up top on the outside ledge. Miami gets a P2 early time.
That's a big snap, and then you already see Rencore just backing on up, not allowing any pin spawns to happen, so they can put all their focus through the middle of the map. They're soaking up so far a lot of this P2 time. Thankfully, Mercules finds a double, but instantly responded with the double out of Metals. Now, Rencore, your opportunity to shine. A clean 4 dead. Miami still holding.
Good long shots, though, from Joe DeCease. Keeps the numbers reduced here for Miami. Leaving Metals to kind of play by himself over towards blockers, but he catches one. Opens the door for Super to kind of take the baton and run with it. And that flips the spawns. What a start for Miami. Up 30+ points. Real trying to finesse the scrap time, but Miami have won the macro game again, flipping spawns.
Yeah, now that you flip those spawns, we can still be aggressive towards this side of the map at P2. Metals, your job to play keep away. And everyone else just watch those routes off the rotation, because Miami now, back to back, have an opportunity opportunity to blow this game wide open. Metals, unfortunately, is going to fall off hold. And all of Ultra, they just work off the routes, and it works out perfectly. 3 for 1. At least if you're Miami, you have 2 players still towards the back.
On Real, good Semtex followed up with the clean shots onto Kleenex. Joe Deceives keeps the hard point open, but the spawns will stay stable for Miami. And battling through the middle of the map, Super's able to make sure that Toronto cannot recontest from the front. So once again, another great moment here for the Heretics.
Yeah, now Ultra forced upon a break. You know, on the longer routes that you take, the more time they're going to get, and the more opportunities they have to hit that early rotation over towards the bottom side of bunker. But Real's weak. Let me send in Super for the trade. We're still going to be able to hold down this final 20 seconds. Let's just start thinking about that rotation over towards New.
Again, it's just another hard point that starts off so cleanly for Miami. They know they're going to be a little bit late to the party here at P4. Metal's going to take the long route through both. Hercules,
Yeah,
the one
Toronto might get double rounded.
And he's going to be calling for help here, surely. Lots of noise being created from the front, but Real opening up some space through Spiral. Forces the ARs to step up for Toronto. They provide exactly as they need to. Metal's the last one left, and he gets a second. It must have been a call for instance that he was 1 HP, but Joe Deceives will get the Semtex to take him out of the play.
Now you got Real going on the bench. He knows that this player's coming off the respawn. Does he time it to perfection or just absolutely slamming inside off of that gunfight? So now you have the approach. So work your way through big doors to 3v3.
There comes the flood. Dave lands. Fob off good from Redcore. Joe Deceives by himself. Lots of low health pools, but cannot find more than the first. Insight thought about it, but then had a second thought that was, I need to play my life. I need to wait for a little bit of help here because now we're down 50, and this is only getting uglier here for Toronto.
Yeah, and this is good 20 seconds to fight for. It's just you might not have an opportunity to contest it because Rencore and Metals combined for 3. So now Insane, who was waiting patiently for his team, has to continue to wait and never approach that HP. So Miami up by 60 after the first set. Rotation is going to be won by them as well. And they are just consistently now playing ahead of the game.
And this is, I think, looking at this map, P2, P3, P4, this is where we're seeing the lack of beams has really impacted Toronto's ability to break hills. It just is not getting set up. It's not getting structured. They're trying to win rotation, but trying to win spawns. But once they lose that battle, there isn't a plan. There isn't a good executable towards breaking these hills. So you have to just rotate better. Here's what I'm getting out of Toronto.
Yeah, you got to do it a whole lot better on the second half. You want to try to force this game number 5, and already showing it here on the P1. Every time Miami try to contest this, work their way through mid-gun, the ARs have the crossfire set up to not even allow them to contest this. But now if you're Real, who's probably already weak on the HP, how long can he stay alive? Not for long, and Toronto continuously holding.
Joe Deceives last one standing here, though, for Ultra. Nice finesse, allows Insight to come through to keep the hard point open. Toronto still holding on to the right side of the minimap for the spawns for New, but Metals, Real, working on cleaning up top mid, and there's a chance for them, to do this, hit a route and flip spawns immediately.
And you can already see what Rencore does. Because my teammates spawn on the backside of Grandma's. That means one spawn's behind me, so let me guarantee this one-on-one. Everyone else putting their gunfights to the front, and we can trap them on the backside of Tower. A 20-11 start from the other rookie on this squad. He has been unbelievable with this AR.
Has been. Inside through top barrels, stays alive, Kleenex for 2, allows Toronto to get back into the hard point. This is key time, again, for a rotation that looked really solid for Miami. Toronto now only being down about 20 points. Feels kind of miraculous, and it's not getting any worse here for Toronto. They're still holding on to the scrap time at 2.
And you see what it's doing to the spawns now for Miami. You do not want to be in this situation where you're having to continuously play catch up, but you got players like Rencore who dictate the game. Miami currently up by 20. Let's step aside and go to a listening with the home team.
Y otro semicírculo. Barco, vale, vale, sumo yo. Salen Kiwa. ¿Tienes la izquierda entera? Muerto más fácil. Cuidado a la izquierda, cuidado a Chema. Sí, nada izquierda. Izquierda yo, ¿vais a escuchar? Sí, no lo veo. Tengo la izquierda. Big Fort, van a ir para el caracol. Caracol no ve nada. Está ya Max y uno caracol. Está bien caracol. Son dos semillas. Está bien contigo, Chema. Son 2 puntos.
Sí, son los 2 últimos.
Han nacido mapas,
Sí, se han nacido mapas. Vamos de paro.
Vale. Voy a pinchar al medio, bro.
Dale.
Voy por la izquierda, ¿vale?
Sí, estoy.
Víctor, una bala inside, son dos.
Cuidado que pueden abrir P2.
Dos en Víctor, dos en Víctor.
Me pega a pillarle el Víctor.
Aguanta. Pincha mapas, bro.
Pega, sepa dentro, sepa dentro. Ábrete.
Vale, dale ya.
Caracol no ve nada.
Un tiro uno.
Están en heavy, bro.
Un tiro los dos.
Se ha ido Caracol.
Un tiro,
Caracol y backside.
un tiro. Punto y el Víctor. Aguanta, Sí, inside son 2 puntos.
Si va a quitar el caracol, me toca.
Caracol muerto.
Te
pincho, le pincho.
Otra vez el Víctor.
Oh my god.
Un tiro.
Qué buena meta, bro.
Tengo mapa. Pilla elevator,
P3 si puede haber alguien más.
Víctor inside.
Te ayuda,
Sí,
chaval. Izquierda.
Son 3. Vale, ha puesto P2 gente.
Uno
Tengo
Es Merky, otro creo.
Estoy abriendo mapa.
Sí.
Vale, míralo tú.
Tengo que estar en mapas,
Me tengo front P3.
It's a tale of two rotations right now, Jay. Miami looking flawless. A lot in rotation on hill to hill in P1, P2, but now you got Toronto cleaning up from 3 to 4 with a lead as we head back to our third set of hills.
Yeah, as soon as we got to that P3 and we jumped to the listen, and Rencore was calming in Spanish. I'm able to understand a little bit, but he's saying, all right, you guys need to calm down. We need to listen to me because we're too frantic. We're just allowing these guys to pick us apart one-on-one gunfights and not putting our focus on the front door. And so far, Ultra made P3 scrappy. They dominated over towards the P4, and now they're up by 20 with Miami. They just flicked, and they were up by 50, and all of a sudden that lead is gone.
What
Yeah,
the
blink
hell?
of an eye. A really solid couple of hills in a row for Toronto. Insight on another large spree. He was on 6 just a moment ago. He's back on to 5 before falling again. So Insight really stepping up. Last 12 seconds looks good here for Ultra, and Joe is going to stop a route from underneath. This could lead to a game-winning play right here over the top of P2.
Because if you're Ultra, you're slaying your way through the front side. You're trapping them over towards trip window, so you're going to win the rotation over towards P2. But now everyone's dropping around Insight. He's going to be the last man standing. So Miami find the early break, and this is their way back into the game. You're down by 40. You need to contest as well over towards this P2, but Insight with this Hellstorm is not going to allow him to fully set up.
Not at all. Rancor's able to find one, though, as the hell starts being called in, and it comes through quickly. So Toronto will get Miami out of the hill, but they still have to battle against the wave of Heretics members that are still here. And the battle's going to rage right on top of the hard point. Kleenex looking for a route, cleans up one, aims up high, but it's back and forth. Pinstripe kill feed, leaving Super the last one left, and as he drops, Toronto look good for the scrap.
And now if you're Miami, you don't want to be too aggressive on this play because you don't want to spawn out at all. Mercury's taking space away, already makes it up the zip line as well. So every kill that you get from this position, they're all the way across the map.
Oh, nice little route here from Hercules, just changing up the position and keeping Miami further back, deep in towards the spawn, not necessarily putting together a buffer zone in front of the hard point. Now the long route from Hercules working out as he gets stopped on 3 in a row. Miami still holding on to spawns, but they need this next wave of gunfights, and so far so good. Joe thinking about it with an AR, will jump in for the contest, and now wants the challenge, but Miami will clean things up.
Yeah, can't go one by one right here if you're Ultra. Someone has to develop on a long route, but everyone is just getting gunned down. Miami able to get a clean 4 dead, stabilize on the map, put someone in a position to hard block those back spawns. And now there's just so many layers that Ultra have to first initially work through before they even contest this HP.
Oh, they clean up Real. Now they're trying to isolate onto Super. Nice shots from Hercules, but Rancor on the other side has gotten 2 from the Heretics. Spawn still staying stable for Miami. Hercules working on the pin. Red and dealt with. Clean. This is looking really solid for Miami. 5 in a row for medals. Rancor gonna meet him there. And now over 200 points. And beyond that are the Heretics. A clean wipe. The spawns will move and they can rotate to 4 first.
And you said it, without beans in the lineup, their breaks are not going to be the best. But now you need one here at the Money Hill. Miami breached that 190 point mark. They have a couple players early off the rotation, so Ultra needed break and they need it quick.
Oh, no. What a nade. Not what you need. Kleenex takes out his teammate plus himself. That essentially eliminates the first hit for Ultra. They're going to have one more look at this, Jay.
Yeah, but the setup right now for Miami.
Oh my God, this is insane. What the hell just happened?
There's only 2 plays in the HB. You find the opening kill through top mid. You just got to plug your way on in.
That's coming through the front. Redcore trying to spam things down. Super working with him. Medals right there, part of the play. That's another full 4 dead. If Ultra are going to do this, it's going to be scrappy. Someone's going to have to be a hero. Jodasines finds the first blood. Here comes the hit.
You got the numbers. You just got to fly in and get the trade. Tie game. Miami take the lead. Last push coming in from Ultra. Gunfights in favor of Miami.
Real still hanging on the corner, though. Jodasines dealt with. Last 10 seconds. Is there going to touch this in time? It would have to be Insight, but he's held back by medals. Last 4. You've got to get there if you're Kleenex.
shutdown comes through. The new kid in Hercules can only touch for a moment. And it's a dramatic comeback in Miami. What? No, I don't know how to translate that into Spanish. I don't think you need to. Everyone knows what he just said.
Yeah, he said, bye-bye, have a wonderful time. Thank you guys for stopping here in Boca Raton. They get their redemption in this series, even though Toronto aren't at full strength without being in the lineup. But the ARs definitely came to play on the side of Miami. The SMGs had their moments. Like if you think about Metals in towards the bottom side of P4 where Ultra were dominating that HP. He just finds an opening kill, slides up through to find a second to make that play. Very, very chaotic. And this is what Miami is capable of when everyone is firing on all cylinders. I know you're not going up against the same Ultra roster you played a couple weeks ago, but just their game plan, their upgrades in their Search and Destroy on dealership. The same thing with the Vault Control. That's a series you're definitely going to look back and be like, okay, we learned a lot of things and it showed there.
And look at just the initial start from Miami, but most importantly, again, 2-3. 3-4, so successful for them in the final moments. Really both teams finding a lot of success on that same transition. And again, it's just so tough for Ultra. We talked about it a couple of different times, but without Beans in the picture, when you're on the back foot, what are those requirements in terms of rehearsal reps of how are we going to break these setups? What routes are we taking? Who's doing what? That's where the difficulty comes through. But I still have to give a lot of credit to Mercules. That's a hell of a debut, put into an impossible position. 25 and 32, 16 assists, 3,800 damage, a minute 25 in the hill. I think you're still looking at a very dangerous Ultra team, even though they're going to be in the lower bracket early with Mercules in the lineup.
Oh yeah, without question, because Ultra, they're probably thinking once that match is finished, like, oh, we just didn't play our best. Like, Mercules, you did everything you could for us. We just need to put ourselves back into that form that we.
So Ultra will play. Who are they playing? They're playing LAG. GG's. I don't think Toronto. The only problem Toronto's gonna have in losers is FaZe. Straight up. That's easily karma, right? This is where it gets kind of hard. Canadian and they team with Slasher. Also, you can't guess the same player twice. Okay. Damn. Who's played for Rocker that has 2 rings? What the hell? Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this one's actually kind of hard. Two rings, 2+ rings, or just 2 rings in general, and on Minnesota. Oh my god. Oh my god, who is it? Who is it? Yeah, I really don't know. Oh, Cammy? No, wait. I don't think Cammy has a team with him, has he? Let's just try it. Nope. Okay. Oh my god, dude, this is so dog shit. I don't even know the 2 rings in Minnesota. Aches was never on Rocker, was he? No way. No, I knew it. Damn it. 2 guesses left, dude. I'm gonna guess random ones. Okay. Oh my god, Dashy. What was Crim Sixes? Damn, and then I could have put Kenny right here. I'm so pissed.
Sesh.
For me, there ain't no finish. I get it, then I replenish. I get up and I go get it while you sitting in the dirt like. Why you do that? Bones, why you do that? Always hiding behind it. That knife it hop on my body. I let it fly. If you doubt it, it'll light some out to your mileage. I make it go. But you knew that. But you knew that. It's a graveyard legend. They say that they independent, but they wear high suits for business, booking, etc. It's the ultimate contradiction. I love how they got conviction. Result of false belief itself. It's time to hem up their bridges. They swear that they something different. It's time to hold up the mirror. Let us see what they really is. What they really is. Let us see what they really is. What they really is. Boys in the backyard. Sunny day, sunny day, sunny day. Blunts in the backyard. Sunny day, sunny day, sunny day. Blunts in the backyard. Sunny day, sunny day, sunny day. Blunts in the backyard. Stars up in the sky, both of the windows down. And the pickup picking up some more from the corner, no use in running now. Never had money, but I had a lot of doubt. Still got it no matter how many people shout. I get free when I think about the time now. I think every storm's a dream as we watch the world sleep. Trying to think too hard about the matter that lies outside your reach. It makes you truly think I'll break and fathom what it truly means to think. Is it the reaction or is it just the outcome? Like my life without selling one album. A lot of things changed my life, I can howl. That I made use of my hours. That I made use of my minutes. That I made use of my seconds. No good for my health, not good to myself, I'm no use to anyone. Rip my eyes out, throw them down. Once they hit the ground, no seeing you now. Now I can only trust my reaction. Gotta learn to walk without ending up in traffic. Lights off, just staring at the wall. Cut to me, lights on, just nobody home. I'm shaking, I'm panicking, seconds I'll never get back. As I threw them away like some evidence, ready for reckoning. Smoking, no question, and juice in the mason. Make calls like I'm checking it. Look at the burial, see the resemblance between myself and the ones who I've ended. Hope it's to me that they pay no attention. Shoo them away to my dungeon, I've been. Yeah, boy, I can never ever stop, no. Yelling underground, but you make a pop song. I can lie, say you got something going on. Since day one, bitch, you got it all wrong. Always living in contrast and trying to compare, which they could feel okay in the skin that word. screaming to the night like stop this. Every time I do some shit, I'm like, let's drop this. Stomp you in some shoes I ain't dropped yet. Eyes drop to the floor, I'm a hot mess. I scream into the night like stop this. Every time I do some shit, I'm like, let's drop this. Stomp you in some shoes I ain't dropped yet. Eyes drop to the floor, I'm a hot mess. I scream into the night like stop this. Every time I do some shit, I'm like, let's drop this. Step into the grave. 2 to 3 at your brain. 2 million plus to the face. Bones back to make a stain. Pulling up, rolling deep. Prototypes on my feet. Touch the paint, you can beat. Touch the ice, feel the heat. Try to rob me, that's a no. And that bitch blow. With the team, never ever solo. Press this shit, push it back in slow mo. Ayy, switchblade on my body, private all in my pocket. Hit switch and get dropping, got a 6-4 with hydraulics. Boom, now you doom, 24 karat, cover my tomb. Don't make me go back to the shit I used to do. Ice cold Mason, breast juice fragrant. $150 candles, box with the fragrance. Need to leave the city soon. I need me some makers. Raise my son right till my bones turn ancient. Back on the motherfucking proud. I'm the past and the future and the fucking right now. Guts by the pound, only purchasing the pounds. Habits that I got demand a lot in my account. I won't step into the grave. 2 to 3 at your brain.
They amaze how we make these plays. Thought or caught, we rock this stage. Only leveling, pure beast, no settling. Trying to go hard, whole team for the veterans. Pull up on charge, gotta get these medals and haters. Gonna hate, but we still on top, no debate. They amaze how we make these plays. Thought or caught, we rock this stage. Only progression. We call the shots that Smith and Wesson. They wanna smoke, no we can best them. Who's really game? Let's get to testing, take no losses, only lessons. Come back harder, no backing down. Still putting work when no one's around. No complaints, don't make a sound. Actions talk, there really loud. Pure focus, I'm in and now. Keeping my head in the game. They could not step on my lane. Must be insane. Look at the precision, aim. Do it for the passion of fame. Bring in medals and haters. Gonna hate, but we still on top, no debate. They amaze how we make these plays. Field or court, we rock this stage.
Florida, lock in and show some love to the Boston Breeze. We got Snoop Dogg, Awakening, Killer Cam, and Purge. Ready to lock it to the grid and shut their opponent down.
This is one of my dark horses of this tournament. They have put in so much work. You look at this roster, and you think it should be so hard for them to take down Optic Texas. But Boston went 4-1 this split, undefeated in control. They're looking at this like they're the favorite, that they should dominate. We'll see if that happens, but it's time to bring out the green wall.
It's time to bring them out. I think the green wall out already here, so green wall arise, because here comes Optic Texas. Shotzi, Skies, and Dashy. Right in front of green wall, brick by brick, Optic Texas, ready to break down.
I just can't imagine the amount of work and hours put into prepping for this event. Optic Texas having one of their worst drive spells in the past couple of months, and something needs to start the ball to get it rolling. And it could be this event. Optic Texas needs to get through their first opponent in the Boston Breach, and it could be one of their tougher ones. But you know they always get better at land with the crowd behind them. It's our last.
All right,
match
last
of the day,
series
guys.
of the day: Optic versus Boston
The
Breach.
crowd has been awesome. One more time, Florida, make some noise for yourself. Merc, Maven, take it away.
All right, yeah, last one of the day. Our first one was over real quick. Thieves handle business. I'm hoping for more of a banger here. You heard the conversations on the desk. I mean, was the Breach schedule so soft, or is the Control turnaround finally the thing that puts them over the hump? Because we know the Search and Hardpoint have been there at times. Control is not until lately.
Yeah, especially the hardpoint, right? Even against the best of the best, they've been a very solid hardpoint team all year long, and then getting to land. But it just feels like this team, their goal is to stick together throughout the year, make it to champs. So far, so good. Just can they continue to get better on land? You had the big round one upset last major versus LA Thieves. I don't know if I'd call this an upset, right? I mean, you kind of look at both of these rosters, but
yeah.
I mean, this is a team that's 4-1.
Yeah, I think most of the time you would consider it an upset with these organizations, but where they are in the qualifier coming into this, no, I don't think you view it as one, but you never know. I mean, heard things have been going smoothly, and Scrims probably been playing pretty well as of late, trying to see if that transitions now into land. Obviously, they come out, they win like their first two qualifier matches, things looking improved with Hoop. Then things kind of slip away a little bit, right?
You lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
You lose 3 maps in a row, and then, I mean, even versus the phase one, just some maps that you probably should have closed on out, some mistakes that are coming on through. And who knows if that goes to a game 5, what that looks like, but it's been the tale of this year. Just a lot of mistakes, roster changes, trying to catch back up if you are Optic. And remember, if it wasn't for Boston, they would be in the lower bracket. You needed that reverse sweep on the Vegas to even be here in this round 1.
Maybe blessed to be in the winner's bracket, but now the team that blessed you got a battle in the map 1. You heard Ant say, expects this to be kind of a crazy
Should
one.
be disgusting.
Card. Yeah, no, it might be. This might be one of those ones that goes to time. Maybe I'm faded, but it seems like one of those nasty ones. We'll see how it plays out. Optic Texas, Boston Breach. Away we go in the final series of day 1 here in Florida. Shotzi, some up and down moments in this qualifier, looking to get back in his bag. We'll see if he can do it in this opening series.
Yeah, him and Hooch finding that opening. Sargent's trying to get aggressive. Well, that's going to be the first 4 kills going their way. Dashy, no matter what, he has always been fantastic, putting up numbers with doing it throughout the qualifiers. Just need a little bit more help.
We'll see if that help comes in. Do you get a land buff? I mean, they've at times been great online. It's just been the question mark. And it lands so far this season, but you get some more reps with Skies and Hoop in the rotation, and you look to turn that into some land victories. Nice little sequence there from Skies. Shotzi's yet to drop, getting some solid P1 time, but now the rotation's going to come in with that pick. We'll see where that final spawn comes in for Boston Breach. Looks like they're going to be spawning safe, but it is going to be early pressure here from Optic Texas.
Yeah, one spawn's very close, but you already have numbers here. Perzo did a find 2. He pulls out an extra AR, so it's just dashing towards stage. Gonna put some shots in, allow his teammate to spawn up
alongside him. Meanwhile, Cammy, Snoopy trying to take middle of the map away through the stairs, but Optic, they're ready for this. They know they want to flip the map, but it's Awakening, it's Cammy. Those two have been so good throughout this stage. They're able to find 3, make it all 4 for Boston Breach.
Beautiful there from Breach as now they make a little bit of a rally with 30 seconds remaining inside the hard point. Trying to push through, potentially collapse and flip is Optic, but for now it's been getting picked up. Cammy's POV, if he's trying to deal with that exact play, not going to be able to do it. He will fall. And with these final 15, we'll see where the spawns come in as everyone tries to hit the rotation. Awakening, though, is hitting the shots. 5 straight for him, 6 and 3 start. Looking for number 7, not going to get it.
Yeah, I think you just had a little bit of help from Hoot onto that one. That might have been a hellstorm as well, but you're going to have Boston Breach. They're going to be the first ones to these hills, but all of Optic are out through middle of the map, so flooding through the front. Breach going to be ready for this. They find the first couple of kills. Could be some great time here.
Looking good, but as Shotzi gets 2, maybe an opening for the spawners now to make a play. Is Optic Texas spawn in?
Oh, that's all Shotzi.
Shotzi, his 2, then a third, gets him to 9 and 3, and now you've made an opening into the hard point. Yeah, that's all Shotzi. Only one alive. Those multi-kills, you know how crucial they can be? Kind of, I mean, regardless of mode, honestly, when you're last up finding a multi-kill. What can he do from this 9 and 3 start? Trying to calm with the teammates, push inside. Another opening there as the streak continues.
And this is when he's at his most dangerous, right? Just getting lost on the map, finding the multi-kills, and then it's just a question of, all right, where is he? We have to find him. And while he just flips the map for his team, puts them into the lead now as they're controlling this. Snoopy, though, going on a big route, so you could have a 1 versus 1, Dashy and Snoopy. You see number 4 on the mini-map. He's going to try to pick that up, put some shots in, so they know Snoopy's position. And well, you're going to get a trade right there from Cammy and Dashy. That should help Breach get on the hill.
They'll get on the hard point first.
You just trade each other.
Tried to bring it back with a minute or so off the play clock. We'll see if that comes into play as we continue on in this map number 1. Shotzi had a nice little stretch in the last hard point. Trying to look for the openings here. The movement, though, the gunning not going to be on point. The trade is there for Hoop, but you can't get through on the cross. Dashy, though, pinching from the other side of the stage, is able to get in. Now, how long can he play his life? Is going to rely on some help. Not going to get there quite in time. So, Dashy does get the pick out of the hard point, but quickly, the numbers are there for Boston Breach. They'll retain control of stage. They'll go out in front. Now looking to push this lead a bit.
Yeah, it's just what's so difficult about this hill, right? Is finding that player out through the stage and the close spawns, just getting across to a position to even take that gunfight. So you're going to get majority of this time. And then Snoopy, again, ahead of the rotation. He's going to be the first one there. Sky's going to get called out. Should get chowed here early on, but he's just going to live. Going to actually just reposition, win a gunfight. Cammy now, the last player standing for Boston Breach. This rotation, it looked like Breach were going to be there, but all that play from Skies sets them up.
They're set up, and now how does it go here at camera? Shotzi playing from inside the point. Inside ticket, though, Dashy is going to get picked, and here come Boston Breach. You know how messy this particular hard point can be. So difficult to get clean time. A flurry of trades in the feed. Dashy not able to quite win that. Purge has AR in hand again. So it'll be white time for now. That play clock continues to tick. We'll see if anybody can get in here. How much of that clock's going to get melted.
Yeah, this is kind of what we thought, right? It's just it's going to be a battle, a back and forth. Who's going to come out on top? Very messy hard point so far. Optic looking to get in maybe the final 15. But this is what's difficult about this final hill. Just so many positions that take you out. You can play your life, reposition. Hoot there for the trade. But it's pretty much going to be a tie game through our first set.
Yeah, no, like I didn't think play clock was really going to be a combo based on how it started. But then about 50 of those 60 seconds, all were white. So into our second set. There was Awakening for Breach that had a really solid start around 10 and 5. Feed, though, lighten up for Optic Texas. They're able to take out 3. Look for early control. Hardpoint, though, is still white. Play clock still ticking. I want to hear the comms, though, from Optic Texas.
We're pitching Phillies at the pillar, Snoop. At the pillar.
Other guys have 3 back.
Yo, I'm blocking.
One guy's gonna push me. Hedging low right camp. And what's it be hedge door? They're hedging ambulance. They're hedging ambulance.
Yo, take it, pin. Watch our ticket. Take it up.
One stage on me.
Yeah, what's mid door time?
Stay alive. There's 2 time on me. Push me, mid-stairs. Snoopy, one shot mid-stairs, then what's their stage? In time.
You're taking corner time,
Jeez, nice, one mid-stairs.
One shot at a time. One shot, push me, take it. Where's your last guy sidewalk? He was almost on me. He was ticket.
Top 3 and they're double us. I'm trying to watch my... Yo, they're hedge.
They're hesitating.
Hold on,
There's two mid.
Top three, one HP per.
Two mid doors right now. Hedge, Snoopy. Last two heads.
You're top mid, I'm on HP.
Heard you. I'm already getting the doors awakening.
I'll kill him.
Snoopy awakening. Front. Level Snoopy, okay?
I don't know where
Snoopy front.
Two times.
He's on the globe.
Cross sidewalk.
Look to me.
Sidewalk coming.
I need that, sorry.
Sidewalk fast.
Yo, one time, another one outer.
Dark purge.
Goalie. Nice. Go
Three
fucking
is,
win,
someone's
bro.
up,
Go
someone's
fucking win, bro.
I'm absolute.
I need top three.
Maybe pitch your small window. Yeah. He's like top three right now. Top three Snoop.
On time.
Snoop is mid. He's rewrapping their window, right?
Who's it?
He's
Wait. He probably took a longer.
I think they spawn B search, by the way.
They're still spawning out a little.
They're missing Joe.
See if they spawn alone.
Yeah, I'm looking going underneath you, okay?
Calm solid. I think we had a couple listen-ins with Optic throughout this qualifier that weren't great. It was really just calling enemy positions, who was weak, not really back and forth dialogue like you heard in that, calling who's missing, asking each other questions. I like that a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like singular voices. It wasn't everybody sort of talking, just people getting drowned out. That was much better, calling out positions, names, and really what they wanted to do. And right now they are in control as well. It was a back and forth battle, but now they have a 30-second lead. They have the control of the map that they want towards this P3 and P4.
See if they can start to run away with this. Luke at least able to get one before he drops.
Yeah, Optic might
Same
get
can be
first
said
map.
for Dashy. Breach trying to apply pressure.
But now they're getting a
Hold
good
as long
lead.
as they can, but a Shotzi with the double. Snoopy comes flying.
Damn, shots are going crazy.
A Shotzi with the multi inside will secure the final 15 to 20 seconds for his team. Lead will be, what, 40 to 50 points? It's now stage pop. This is a big point now for Breach. They need to answer back.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to slow down Shotzi right now. He is doing whatever he wants. 28 and 17 minute on the time, and while he's going to flame Purge, that's going to find one. There was an opening there between him and Awakening, but you kind of said it. This is your chance to get right back into the game. It's Shotzi on one side, and it's Hoop now on the other. That's why this duo can be so dangerous.
You're still holding inside, though. If you are Breach, how long can you hold? Nice multi there from Purge as he's able to snap back and get the angle. I thought Snoopy was going to be in trouble a couple of times, but Purge is popping off. Boston Breach are holding. This is where you needed to rack up some time, and they're doing exactly that. Awakening not quite able to clip Hoop off the heady. Purge is going to fall as well. Now a chance to collapse. There's only 20 seconds remaining in this, so I think for the most part, you'd say job done for Breach as they get the opening 40. But still, you'll obviously take these final 20 if you are Optic.
Awakening with the triple, so they're going to go at this, right? You know P5 is next. They want to try to challenge this final 10, and Awakening's going to find all four. Okay. And then on this rotation, all of Breach now going to be in a position outside of Awakening. Just one Optic player is there. That's going to be Shotzi, and well, Snoopy's able to win it.
All right, this is probably the most interesting hard point when we talk about winning condition, just because you've got, what, a minute 45 to play clock. Last time we were here, about 50 seconds to this went white. If that's the same scenario here, I don't know if anybody's getting to 250, but so far, this is looking great for Breach. Opening 15 seconds, they've been able to earn. Two players will fall, answered by two of their own, but that'll be everybody dead. Now it is Optic Texas' turn to hold.
I mean, you pick up the pinch right there if you were Awakening. The problem is, though, is your teammates go down, so he was the last one left, and yeah, I mean, Optic, they don't have a body on it. Just kind of slaying through it. But now the AR starting to get going again for Boston Breach as they find three. Snoopy's going to find the fourth. 18 seconds left. This should give them the lead.
Yeah, they're turning this into time. Optic weren't able to do that off of their 3-4 down. Breach, lead change Lumen, lead change in. Breach now go out in front, third set of hard points, ready to go. Awakening on your screen and locked and loaded, trying to make the play for his team down the stretch. 90 seconds on the play clock.
Good kill.
7 seconds separating these teams.
Yeah, I mean, you would love to have that kill to get set up outside. Normally, when we see a team really control this P1, it's when you're controlling the outer stairs the way Snoopy's doing it right now. As they find three, now Awakening can get on this hill. Just have to deal with Dashy. Not an easy gunfight. As you can see, he guns him. Forces the trade, and then you're off the hill.
Yeah, I almost said shots over Snoopy. Snoopy trying to get cute with the movement, but not going to work against Dashy there. Just over a minute now on the play clock, and a lot of this has been white. We'll see how the team ends up winning this game. In for now, and battling was Optic for a second, but that'll be 3 dead, and going into the point will be Cammy and this Boston Breach team. Purge's double going to secure them even more time. They'll be the first to eclipse that 200-point mark.
As
P2 getting ready to pop, and you've got kind of 2-on-2 little split right now for Optic Texas.
Yeah, taking some routes really on both sides.
All the routes come in, and so far you've won this if you're Optic Texas. You want to get in, you want to get early. 60 seconds remaining on the clock. Next star point is popped.
This has been the problem. Is like I feel like throughout this map, really until this set of hills, they've been out slaying them. But I feel like Boston has always found the player on the objective to force an over rotation, keep them out of position. That's what's kept them in the game.
No, absolutely. Breach have been a little more efficient with their kills when it comes just turning it into objective time. That might be the separation. Granted, it's not much. It's about 30 seconds, but that 30 seconds could be everything. But right now in holding, with 30 seconds remaining on the hard point, it will be Optic Texas. But once again, finding a player inside the point, it's Awakening. Giga just stripping them out of the point, somehow staying up, and now maybe a teammate hits a stun. I don't know how he got through, but finally he will fall. Once again, trying to clear them out as Texas. Still though, one player up and around the point and fighting, that's going to be Purge. He can't turn that into two, so the final 10 seconds seem to go to Optic Texas. You'll take this all day if you're Breach. You only need 20 seconds for the win. You're ahead on rotation. You're requiring, perfection right now if you're Optic Texas, and a play clock going to be against you here soon too.
Yeah, big set of kills right now for Boston Breach, but they have to be ready for the splits that are going to get set up. Skies is going to get taken down. Now everyone, turn your heads. Look at the staircases. Purge off spawn. He's going to try to get their help. But Shotzi up to 40 now, trying to keep his team in at 9 seconds needed for Breach.
Remember, it was his multi here earlier that got them in. Turned into a triple then for some remaining time. Can he go massive? You're not able to win it here if you're Optic Texas. One break for Breach and it might be done. Here to the big gunfights around the point, but so far Shotzi and company still able to stay on top. We'll see how many kills he can push this out to. Map is flipped, as you said. They've had a couple clutch moments. You think about some of their comeback hardpoint wins over this qualifier. They're looking to get another one done now.
Oh, but they split. You see number 6 and number 8. Now it's what do you want to do? Do you want to fight for the 9 here or just play for stage? Cammy and Snoopy get those spawns, so that's going to be the play. Wants to Breach now in position to win the map.
Nothing, dude.
They've got the rotation. All the pressure on Optic Texas to now break in and break in instantly. Final hard point up. 30 on the play clock. 8 needed for Boston Breach, and they're trying to pop off. It's a Snoopy multi-kill. That might be the difference. Purge next up to take a swing at it. Nobody from Optic can get close.
Damn, GG Boston. Okay. Taking the first map.
You thought maybe Optic Texas were to pull a rabbit out of the hat, do something miraculous in the final moments, but despite the 40 plus out of Shotzi, not quite able to do it.
And I would have to go back and look at that. I'm not sure if someone's not blocking stage, if someone just got too far forward to fight around the hill, but that spawn opens up for Boston Breach. And that's really the map. It's just not the time you need to let that happen.
Well, it's tough because you're trying to win it on both fronts, right? If you're Optic, because you can't give up 9 seconds there or you lose the map. You're trying to hold spawns for stage as well.
Yeah, but you had 3, 4 dead, right? I feel like someone should be blocking in that moment.
Yeah, with that many dead, you just have to. Maybe just a miscomm, or maybe just so worried about the remaining time you don't want to throw away the game there. Whatever it is, the spawn comes in for Boston Breach. You're able to get set up and close it out there. You take a look at the overall slang. Yeah, great map there on a Shotzi. 5,000 damage. I mean, you mostly got a sub in hand. Is just terrific out of him.
42 for the L.
I feel like whoever's going to be in that slot for this Optic team is never going to be putting up stats, or someone has looked a real well-rounded effort though on the other side. Awakening, Giga, nearly 5K out of him, but a ton of lead changes, very back and forth, not a lot of separation. One that I thought might go to the play clock, but in with 30 or so seconds on it. But man, a war there in the map one.
Yeah, I think the biggest moment as we had this back and forth battle was maybe that second P4 there for Breach, because you can see you get that 50-point lead for Optic from that P3. They had to respond at stage. They do. That keeps them in the game. And then the last set of hills was kind of all Boston. It felt like the slaying then finally got going, just from a team aspect.
Yeah.
And on the Optic side, I just think like you had to be more efficient with their kills to turn it into objective time. But that's just props of Breach, because they always found that one kill to get the player off the objective.
Yeah, whether it was 3, 4 dead, not turning into time, or 3, 4 dead, not holding out the spawns that he needed to, a couple mistakes, but Awakening, he had some brilliant moments. I mean, whether it was like a 3 or 4 dead type scenario where he wipes out the entire team, he had some moments like that. You saw some moments of brilliance out of Snoopy as well. Purge, Cammy, I mean, honestly, all of them stepped up and had some big plays. I think Awakening was probably the biggest highlight just because he started early and he was shooting throughout.
Yeah, this is when you see that biggest lead there for Optic. Boston gonna respond over here towards stage, and much better P5 from them to close out this set. Gives them that lead to close it out.
Holy.
It's close. We knew this was going to be a messy one, and that's really what it was.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it wasn't as messy as I thought it'd be, but still, yeah.
That was pretty.
It was. I mean, if you think about the one, I don't know. Like we saw what face in Seattle or face in Vancouver earlier, definitely a little bit cleaner. You saw what, like 2.5, 3 minutes, I think, still on the play clock. There's a lot more control in that one. This one, going the wire. Expected this to be a battle just because, listen, I know you talk about Breach, they have like a soft schedule, but it's just more to, Optic haven't looked great. They haven't. I mean, it was tough schedule or not, they have not looked great. So, not surprised to see it maybe going this way. Where do you think is maybe the biggest advantage for Breach? Coming in at 4-1, I know one win is a forfeit, but what game mode? Is it going to be a search, going to be control?
I mean, probably the control, considering they've been 5-0, right? You throw the Toronto game in there, and it's a bit of a question mark, but the fact is that's where they have been laser focused, is the control. It was 5-16 before coming into the stage.
Yes.
They go 5-0. It was always their kryptonite.
No, we've had that talk so many times this year. Like, hardpoint's been pretty good. Search has been pretty good sometimes.
They've been close, yeah.
If the control gets there, I mean, this is a team that you think can make a run into like a top 4. Finally get that 5-0. We'll see. You know, one obviously comes with a forfeit. Not the toughest of schedules, but still, you get some control wins. And yeah, from 5-16 to 10-16, a hell of a jump. But the squad seems to be all smiles right now. After the map 1, ice up and victory. See JP and Barlow out there chatting with the boys, trying to get them locked in. That's a tough one, and you know they're probably believing they can bring it back. They've done it several times this year, a couple Skyline comebacks. Shotzzy has a map, and you know he's been taking some flack, you know, based on some of his plays that he's had over this qualifier. S&D though, maybe he had some of the hard point woes, but S&D has certainly turned around for him.
Yeah, I think, you know, him and Hoog, right? I mean, we even saw in stage 1, once he got his kind of buddy back in the lineup, just feels like he elevates that. But I think it hurts to lose that map 1 with the performance you got from him, because he has had these missteps on land in respawns where he's just getting caught all the time.
Yeah,
right.
That wasn't one. That wasn't one.
-5, -10. Where's our superstar? You get it right there from him, but you don't capitalize on it. You don't win the map.
Dashy, the clutch god. He seems to always be a beast in search and destroy. You knew that the second he came into the league. That has been something that has continued for him. And yeah, where they have struggled a bit throughout this qualifier, I mean, it usually felt like he was shooting, trying to put maybe the team in the backpack a little bit. He's trying to get dialed back in. They need a big land performance out of him, and maybe it's here in the search and destroy map 2, where he can give them a little bit of fire.
Boston really stole that map 1 from them. That's insane.
Offense for Breach. And we'll see where they look for their openings, but it's going to be a triple cat hit, and we go to war right out of it. Well, the war is won by Breach. Suddenly all on Shotzzy, and suddenly he is dropped. That's just one where it is chow, top cat. And that one's done quickly.
Well, that's supposed to be like a hard counter by Optic, because you 2-2 split that. Really what you're trying to do is the 2 top hall, top open side. You're just trying to trade so then your 2 players from this bomb site can hit through the hallway and be there to clean up the mess, but that is just not what happened. Breach were ready for it right from the get-go.
Where you just have those moments where like Awakening's had it, or a Super, or a Cell.
Yeah,
they line up 3 or even 4, just fry everybody. But that one kind of not as clean for one individual player, but certainly clean for Breach as they'll take that round 1. Now let's see, with Skies and Bomb in hand, on what they can do. Breach look to chow things top hall again from the other side of it. That round 1 is 18 seconds long, so it is a quick one. Shotzzy trying to dance with Awakening, both take a lot of damage. Like, all right, we'll revisit this as Shotzzy holds the corner. And they have numbers.
We've seen this Boston team on this map sort of get out to these early leads at times, depending on Snoopy and Purge in the sort of their early rounds. Then some adjustments are get made, or they slow down.
When Awakening is last alive, we're in a man-down scenario. He upgrades. He just does the search. He absolutely does. He upgrades and search and destroy. You were in a 2 versus 3, now a 2-on-1. Can the clutch gods come away with it? 1v2, down to a 1 versus 1. Awakening, Dashy.
Almost.
He
needs one more bullet.
Yeah, one more. Awakening takes it, and that's a big 2 versus 3 clutch for Awakening and Snoopy.
Well, I just think this is massive to stop like any momentum from starting. See it from his point of view. It gets very, very close, but yeah, just as it, I don't know, keeps the crowd silent.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Don't let them build any momentum on this map.
And that's one of those players, like, you know, Dashy wants to square up, Awakening, another guy just wants to square up. Let's just take the gunfight. I'm not worried about the finesse. Let's square up and shoot. 3-0 start for Awakening, 2-0 start for Boston Breach. Let's see if we've got a square up here. Top halls again. We sure don't. Breach every round, by the way, have tried to.
No, I
on
mean,
both
this
sides.
is what Breach want.
Yep.
They want to play with early aggression. They want it to get messy. And that's exactly what we have. All of a sudden, it's a 2 versus 2. It was a 3-on-2. Optic won the early rounds, but
Cats
they're
are
able
being
to
bad
throw it away
boys.
again, and now this might be another 1v1.
Yeah, these rounds feel similar despite being drastically different.
Oh my god, Optic is fucking trolling.
It's different players, slightly different scenarios, but still kind of the same
Jimmy.
exact result and almost same gunfight.
And you just have, like,
What's up
I mean,
here?
I don't know.
On the
Purge,
tower, brother.
Snoopy, Shotzi, who they have no problem just fighting through
Go.
the middle of the map every single round.
Wow, all right. You blink and it's 3-0 advantage
Optic
to Boston
sucks.
Breach. Now I'm kind of curious.
Just total game time. I mean,
Yeah, total game time. We're at 2 minutes.
No.
Or so, yeah. It can't be long. We'll see if Optic try to square up with it this time.
We're at 148 right now.
Okay. That was close. All right, a little bit different of a round. Maybe we'll avoid halls for a little bit. But
the hall is
here. Nice first blood, though, from Shotzi. You've got numbers, but can you actually hold on to them? Shotzi tried to take over like he did in the map 1, but you've had back-to-back rounds that were 3 versus 2, and then they fell apart. Is it going to happen again? 3v2 for Optic, suddenly a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, it's just taking one too many fights. You finally get the numbers, or it finally
like
slows
when
down.
things slow down, they just forget. Somebody forgets it's got to slow down.
Yeah, you just don't get follow-up there if you're Hook. Maybe he wants to keep going, but that's when it comes to the communication. You have to be on the same page. Just we're not right there.
No, I mean, it just feels like you've fixed a couple small mistakes. Optic Texture's in a pretty good spot within this map, too. You've had numbers advantage. Outside of the map 1, you've had, or sorry, the round 1, you've had advantage. Can they clutch up, though, in this? 2 versus 2 now. Cammy Wake, Shotzi, Skies.
This might actually work out for Awakening. He goes all the way back through spawn. I don't know if you're going to expect this if you're Skies. You absolutely are not. So what a route by Awakening. Then he spots Shotzi as well. The only problem is Cammy is across the map. But maybe
Damn.
that works out. You do not expect that whatsoever. Heads up play out of Awakening.
2v3, 2v3, 2v3. 3 straight rounds. And I know one of those was traded out kind of quickly, but they're all pretty.
Right there was a
straight
dead stop.
2v3s.
Right, that like, you just kind of stopped
Yes.
right there. But who?
I think you
hits
had
the
that
stun?
2 rounds ago. The round before was pretty close, but those are tough ones. You talked about silencing the crowd, maybe clutching up with a 1v1. Yeah, there hasn't really been a peep since because it has been all Breach. 4-0 advantage. We might have doubled our game time just in that round because that one finally took a bit of time. Optic need one, and they need one quickly.
Yeah, Breach will just keep doing this. They will just keep fighting on different sides of the map. You're going to get a challenge over towards A. The nade's going to connect from Cammy. And while there's the call, they just see all the info. We're going to go plant towards B.
Use the aggression, get the info quickly and decisively, make choices off of that. And trophy in, plant in, retake now for Optic Texas.
The only good thing here for Optic is you didn't allow anyone to get pushed forward towards office side. Here we go.
Be able to get the first. Can they follow it up? Well, it was 3v2 for a blank, but those numbers have not worked out well for him. Maybe it does here. Woo! Almost able to do it to him. Hook's trying to chase it down because Perch is so weak. He maybe gets right
he
the
is
first
a great
time.
swimmer.
He's quick. He's trying to go. 15 seconds to go. Oh, it's Michael Phelps. Perch is out. Hook is left. Guessing. Adios.
Oh my god.
5-0 now. And dude, his first instinct, you saw him.
Yo,
kinda
Boston's
like
about
step-
a
I don't know if it
6-0
was
Optic in
teammate
the
call
search.
Or what, but his first instinct was check water.
Yeah, I think you hear the water. I mean, we hear the water. So maybe he's thinking he's going to wrap on back, whatever the play call is. But yeah, maybe he gets a calm from a teammate. Either way, go
Incredible
against that
breaststroke.
instinct. And just like that, it is 5-0. Another 1 versus 1 going the Breach way.
This is, yeah, no, it just feels like this is so close to being like a 3-2 favor of Optic.
Yeah, no, it is.
So close. But that is not the case. They're hoping to just get around at this point. Maybe they're thinking just get us to map 3. Holy hell. But Breach, a round away from a 2-0 edge. This time they want to take the fight top halls. Hook is just going to go. He puts shots between all three players, but not a lot of damage really is done. Shotzzy can't finish off one either, so clean first blood for Cammy. Bomb is going to be down top halls. Shotzzy is leaping out of windows, and the read is there from Awakening. 3v2 advantage to Breach for what feels like the first time I've said that. Now what can they do with numbers?
Yeah, Bomb is down as well. Sky's got some rough timing here on that one player inside of Shed. So you're going to recollect it, but you're just now grouping up. Now, what is just going to be
Yo,
a
it's
play
good,
call?
Mario.
Feels like at this moment, Breach, they're going to give up the B
What the hell? I thought this was going to be a good
just
series.
play the retake with numbers.
Optic's about to go down 2-0.
They're going to try and go and get there before it gets
Jimmy.
down. They're able to spot him.
Okay, the bomb does get planted. Now the 3v2. There's the
It's
first
over.
pick on the dash sheet. Purge like, I'll sacrifice my body. Somebody's go ahead and trade
Damn.
that.
Oh
Can't be
my
able to trade
God.
it. He got the first blood. He got the final one. That is a 6-0. And wow, I
Oh,
would
yep.
say it was like a clean 6-0.
That's
It
a
is
Benjamin.
since it was 6-0, but those rounds, I mean, they were
This is
mixed rounds. There were a lot of
insane.
opportunities for
What
them to get
the
round
fuck?
victories. Fact is, they did purge this in
Optic's gonna have to play
incredible swimmers.
Falcons. It's gonna be
Moving on point.
hilarious.
Gigawake was through
I
on
was
the
not expecting
clutches,
it to go
and
this
all
way.
the 1v1s go the way of Boston.
Alright, so with this game, you gotta do it. Oh, okay. It's literally once a day. Damn, they gotta make like a whole series of that shit.
Stain.
Oh, you were on Twitch earlier? I hope you want to start streaming on Twitch again. I haven't streamed on there in a minute. I just started getting more viewers on here, so that's why I stayed on YouTube. But maybe if I... Play that, I guess.
Mr. Skeleton conveys to me, you asking for it. You act important, your act is poorly, I'm lashing on it. I follow you home, kick the doors in while you snoring, pussy. Ship 'em a stool and mail 'em a roll. These bitches Rose and Bar, think they Marilyn Monroe. They want gold bars and cars, some bands in the boat. Private island with the moat in the mansion that floats. You sort by price, going least and most. I search by acreage and if uptown's close. Bet if you going through it, you won't need to post. I bet if you tell a stage, she gon' turn to a ghost. Pussy.
I thought I had a 3 of spades. Ah, there it is. Not spades, clovers. Weekend.
Good thing though. John said he went to a cookout at your
I
house.
need a black J.
Don doesn't wear shorts.
I'm with the gags at the gimmicks, rags to the riches. Player like me couldn't be competition. Campaign in the same as to play your
Actually, I'll be zooming through this one.
One phone call, now you sleeping with the fishes. I glisten, I know they wishing when they catch me slipping. Wrap it in my hat, up my sleeve, no addition, no difference. I swear, and the trick, go get business. Who isn't? It's the O to the F. What's the business? Neons in the trunk, 100 wild wheels, cup full of candy, got it kicking off the heels. Screw in the deck, money gon' collect, you can bet. Play it dead, money when she sweat, talking neons in the trunk, 100 wild wheels, cup full of candy, got it kicking off the heels. Screw in the deck, money gon' collect, come correct. I become a mortal.
It's a pleasure just to meet we ballers of the century. Pouring up a big cup, venti, sip it till it's empty. If we talking money, motherfucker, I got plenty. And if we talking ballin', it's the type there's no forgetting. The money, make it like it's nothing. Move moving coast to coast, baby, tell me that you love me. Cause I don't got a heart when my cup's sound empty. No women, different city, they all gon' get this.
Never mind, my bad. I'm a little delayed. I'm looking at that shit. I'm all locked in right now. It's hilarious. Oh my god.
The sick ain't never finished, we the best in the business. Ballers of the century.
Well, yeah, X was telling me you got a PC and shit, Mario. That's fire. He told me like the specs. You got a solid build, brother. Solid ass build, mate. He said you had like a 4060 or something. That's a good ass graphics card. Whoa. I'm just clicking shit. We map 3 yet? Dude, if Optic gets 3 out, I'm gonna lose it. Meow. Where's my cat? Bro, it's tweaking. Trying to play. I wanna put this there.
Motherfuckers on the side with no headlight. 3 motherfuckers dripping blood off their tailpipe. The way the light and in my day is they shell shock. You try to hijack the slab, make them shells pop. Using me to get your fatty, you dead wrong. Call 1-800 for the slab, fuck a bail bomb. The way the light and in my day is they shell shock. You try to hijack the slab, make them shells pop. Using me to get your fatty, you dead wrong.
Spend almost a band, yeah. That's usually what it freaking ends up being. But as long as you get parts that are gonna last, like the 4060 is still gonna last a good amount of time. So you should be able to use the 4060 till like 2029, no bullshit.
Bodies towards the objective.
Yeah, you kind of heard the Des talk about it, right? 5-0, but 2-0 on stage 3. That was like kind of the key, is finding a second map in their control so they can play the vetoes a little bit better, and now they have 2 of them. So you have to have 2. They didn't have any.
Oh my goodness.
As we like to call them. On the mic, able to find a double.
Optic
slow this down. You get very close to getting done with A and then switching it over
yeah,
to B.
dude.
Snoopy recognizes that.
It's good that you got a good build off rip. Like when I got mine,
and he'll get it. So
like it said on the Best Buy site that my PC was good for streaming and gaming, but not at the same time. That's what was insane. It was good at streaming and at gaming, but literally not at the same time.
Staying up until the help comes through from Dashy. Now trying to make
So I had to upgrade my GPU. I think I dropped like 800, and then I had to upgrade the GPU for like 350, and then upgraded the RAM for like 90. And I think that's all I had to do to this piece of shite Best Buy build. Do not recommend Best Buy. Costco got better PC builds than Best Buy. It's insane.
You still have a minute 40 to work with. Not a massive life advantage, but through that early start, you are still in a good position to at least find multiple takes on this B zone.
And now,
I kind of like Optic losing this first series for the script, you know? Now they have to play Pred.
His teammates may make some plays, but he's going to have to do it. It's been Shotzzy, though, kind of through the flank. It's been able to disrupt their pressure onto the point both times.
Yeah, I mean, him and Hooch leading the way right now, 11-5. They are kind of struggling on the Optic side, but as things slow down, they should start to find some more picks. And if you are Boston, just have to worry about those pinches. Not only is it going to be Shotzzy, it's also going to be this man.
Oh yeah, Newegg is the GOAT.
The trap is set up. How do you get out of this?
Do you get out of this?
Newegg is the GOAT. That's probably where I'm going to get my CPU.
Skies,
That's the next thing I need to
2-5,
upgrade.
but
That's
trying
another
to
part
hunt,
that they kind of
unfortunately,
screwed me
around the
over on
timing
with
is
this
not gonna be
pre-build
there,
was
but
the
they gotta look
CPU.
out. He spent so much time. They don't think he's here
Like when I
anymore.
actually
He'll
looked
try
into
to
the
battle
CPU that came with this
around ammo
build,
as
it
long
turns
as he
out
can.
that the CPU is used more in gaming
Not gonna be long.
laptops.
His head's getting ripped off.
And they got it on a whole ass tower.
Dead Awakening with the shots.
That's
AR,
such a good read.
This could be GG.
pistol hitting, beautiful out of him. Cammy
This could be
trying to
GG.
reinforce
This could be
this.
GG for
Trying to
Optic.
dodge
Oh
the
my
defense, no
god.
trophy in.
Oh, the car. I got lucky. Oh my god. Snoopy just running vault.
This is nearly
Oh
done,
my
and it
god.
is. Optic fold and fall apart. They have all the
Holy.
real estate in the world. They go 3 dead and never bounce back.
I mean, that is just all Awakening right there, though. He finds that first
Optic
pick
is
and
crashing
immediately
out for sure.
slides with the pistol chow to find the double. Gets 3 players onto the point. If that doesn't happen, if there's a trade, maybe that's a double, maybe Optic are in the clear, but Awakening gets them on. And then I thought maybe an Optic van situation from all those time, all that time ago was going to happen again. But they stay alive.
The breach, control improvements,
They were
showing
4
themselves
dead.
down round
They
1.
were trapped.
Yeah, no, utterly trapped. Went down
Oh, you got a
around
little
5
deal on
lives
it?
or whatever
Dude.
was. Not in the best
Like,
position. And then by
it's
the time they
insane.
got
Like
control,
when PCs go on
dead,
sale,
turn the
bro, you can
tides.
get some
1v
steals.
multi-kill can be everything. Now pressure to Optic Texas to do this to the offense, but Awakening has just been a straight shooter.
That's why I was so pissed when I found out Costco had better builds than the Best Buy ones. Just thinking about that,
Hook trying to be the super sub with Shotzi.
if I ever get another build, I'm for sure gonna hit up Costco on Black Friday.
And now looks at map control.
Because it'll just be an
Now
absolute
it's just a
steal.
question, though. You only have 1 on each point, right? So you're really not going to get much done. You're hoping to get a takeover towards B, so that's going to be Skies. All the attention is on him. You don't really get any help elsewhere, so you still have a chance, if you are Breach, to retake the map.
We'll see if they're able to do just that. You see the defensive record, supported what you were saying, Joe. 8-0. Out of Boston Breach trying to remain perfect here, but Optic put him to the test early in their first offensive attempt.
Yeah, PC stuff is expensive, dude. It's
Luke,
insane.
a fantastic start here. Purge looking to get going. They win that offense, but him and Cammy, maybe a slow bit out of them. You already have that 1 tick done at B, though. Can you
Like upgrading the RAM, it's such a small part that you would think it's like
some of the pressure.
it wouldn't be taxed like that. But depending on the size RAM you want, like 16 gigabytes isn't bad. I think it's like 30 bucks. But when you want to get the 32 gigabytes or 64, that's when it starts going from like 80 to like 150 for freaking RAM sticks.
Somebody turn around. That is just simple. Great heads-up play there from Awakening.
And anything with RGB is like 2 times more. It's insane.
When he's got the position, when he's got the routes, but don't let him get him. Uh-oh.
Hopefully that's our observer.
Hopefully just the observer. We'll find out in a second here.
I see the players not playing.
Okay.
So we'll figure that out.
Well,
Someone said it's rigged.
we'll find out in a second here what the deal is.
I need to use the bathroom real
Gets the
quick, so
entire
that's
lobby,
fine.
we're being told for our producer, so it looks like
I'll be
we're
right
gonna
back.
hop him back into this one. Well, 1-0 round advantage. Boston Breach able to take the offense. Not much we can do about that other than replay, assuming the entire lobby did drop, but I wouldn't really say there was any, I don't know, big advantage either side. Just frustrating probably because you had 4 ticks, right? I guess if you're Optic, but those 4 ticks mean less when you just lost your defense before that. Not as big of a deal, but hopefully we'll be able to get back into this one quickly. Players seem a little bit frustrated. I'm sure they're in the middle of a battle there. Breach just trying to close this out. Maybe Optic trying to get a little bit of life. And, well, the wind kind of taken out of you. Granted, I mean, they didn't have, I don't know, some great foothold in the round. Like, they were capitalizing on B. It's still a lot of work to do. We were like, what, 17-17 live. So
Yeah, that's it. So,
yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah, no, not much we can do about that. But what the official ruling is, we'll tell you as soon as we can. But I think I agree kind of with what Ali said. Like, her sentiment was sort of just, I just want to see some good Call of Duty out of Optic. Maybe not like an individual player moment, just see some good Call of Duty. Whether it's her or Ship that said it, like, can Optic put together a solid map, a solid series to bring this back? But while we get stuff reset, we're going to head to a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Push me. I already pushed. I'm a forklift. Take your time. Probably won't hop in this situation. Come on. Nervous. I think you have to. Oh, see that, dude. I couldn't see it either, but I thought you'd have my cross there.
Where am I looking here? It's Mother's Day, all right? Call your moms, all right? And maybe I'll call them too.
I look at it, it's guaranteed. Well, actually, that's well. Talk about things.
All right, chat, we back.
If you're having a knife holding, that's unstoppable. You both awesome.
Oh no, Mamma Mia! Oh my God, Mamma Mia! Oh no!
Wow! You are him.
Oh. Oh no!
How about you both?
Yeah, perfect.
Well, best champs ever. Well, for these two, it absolutely was. Just a moment ago in the venue. The green wall, the rest of the venue, of course, giving the congratulations to that lucky couple. Heck of a way to set a proposal up, I'll say.
What a fantastic weekend, man. Like, it's all about the love, man. Congratulations to both of them. You know.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
The Arcade Wiz Tracer Pack is available now. Hit the map in retro glory with the Star Player Operator, pixel-inspired emblems, and more.
It's about to take days, dude. Let's see what Scump is talking about.
Oh, highest number. Oh, like it's been longer.
Yeah.
It's got to be Dave. I hope. Yeah.
First blood percentage, scrap. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of just threw that.
Gibby has 4.
Yeah, so Garrison.
Garrison
has 5.
Yep. Garrison.
Gary. Remember we were playing Gary Search with XM4s? Holy shit.
Let's do CDL Gridlock too, Riley. Looks like we have some time during this tech delay.
Chat, hop off it, by the way. I saw a bunch of you saying Scump must love warm beer. Feel that? It's still cold. It's still ice cold.
It's actually kind of
Dude, we got this
at
the start of the series, man.
Yeah, but you're Nick Naris.
Damn, they got a clean-ass spot for their watch party.
Yeah, well, I might want to just absolutely slug it because we're down 2-0 and we're down 1-0.
It's always good.
Scump, shout out to you, bro. You inspired many like me. Hope all is well. All is great, Jay. Thank you very much.
7+ championships.
Besides
team
being
with
down
Purge.
2-0.
1 versus 4. Neptune still on the old donut.
Crash. It's going to be a Breach 1-0 advantage. We're going to replay that Optic offense and see what they're able to do. Unfortunate, but here we are. Lobby should be loading in a second.
Dexy plays right there, locked in, already on the map, so got into it quickly. Map about to get underway. Yeah, pressure over to Optic now to at least try to match what they had into that round where they had 4 ticks.
All right, here we go. Thank you for your patience at home and in the venue. Back
Here we
in
go.
to the Battle of the Green.
Dude, for real, they rented that shit just to watch their boys play, and they're about to fucking get 3-0'd. That was the Optic camp right there. The Optic squad. They're like retired pros, so now they're watching the new team.
That's how resets typically go.
Typically, sometimes, yeah. But it is tough. We already had a couple so far, but Cammy is on a mission early in this one. He's finally going to get
Reset don't matter. Boston's still gonna slam him.
Taking a dive out in the pool. Just trying to keep players looking for him. I was going to say, I couldn't believe Shotzi wasn't cut up in that situation, but he's able to snap thankfully. Rem Snoopy's a little bit weak.
Yeah, Purge now trying to lock this down, but Skies is through. So all of Optic are trying to get to him, but then
Yeah, they played from like 2012 till I think it was like 2019.
And they've struggled with that time.
Yeah, these fools really only play for like 7 to 10 years max.
It's tough on this map because you want to keep pressure. It's
then
so
they're
easy to give up map control just due to the size of it. I know you can get staggered, but somehow you've got to slow this down. It's just too staggered.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, again, then Hoot and Shotzi get caught. Now Skies gets caught. You are just not playing together as a team right now.
It's just really easy to happen here. It is, but how do you get out of it sometimes? It just feels like you can't really slow
They cannot get out of that shit. They're spawn trapped to hell.
Defense, you allow them to push forward and spawn kill. It takes 5 seconds to get there, but like, it's hard to get in sync again, right?
Damn, I thought this was going to be a grueler series. I'm going to be able to have dinner as soon as this series ends.
But I'll tell you who's playing their life right now. It is Purge, 7-1. If you're Optic, you get back in. But it doesn't matter, just that man shuts you down, and now you are 1 round away from 3-0 Optic.
Yeah, Optic's like, can we get back to commercial break? Holy hell. Purge, as you said, 7-1. Comes out and fries them there. They won the opening break. They never, ever looked back. Yeah, you just put them in that kind of stagger blender, and they were in it for 90 seconds straight. Just straight.
And then, like, sooner or later, this just becomes a much bigger discussion if you are Optic. Just no matter who is in that 4th chair, it has been a struggle.
It has. Yeah, no, it absolutely has.
I mean, you have world champions coming into this team.
Yeah, Optic is a whole stack of world champions, dude. It's ridiculous.
Well, can Breach do it this offense and close it out with a 3-0? Skies, though, in that tough chair maybe, but coming away with a multi to get him started. It just feels like, yeah, when you're in that blender, it's just, you rely on either a finesse or like somebody a multi-kill, like a hero play. Someone's got to kill like 2 or 3, and then suddenly we're out of it. And if you don't, that's what happens.
Yes, sir.
The whole round's gone, you blink and it's done.
You enjoy that, my boy. Appreciate you for popping in, for real.
I'll tell you who is fighting as a team is this Boston Breach team.
I'm going to try hopping on Twitch more, tuning into your streams a lot more.
Then maybe just converge behind this guy as Purge is going to win it inside A. Oh, my.
Woo! Cammy shooting nukes. He's only got 6 left. That's all he needed. He had 6 bullets. Exactly what he needed to win the fight.
GG, dude.
Holy hell. All his teammates kind of dropping, though, so let's see what he can do from this spot as he's just trying to find some kind of opening, but some progress getting done at B. Cammy is kind of tracking back to help because he has to. The rest of his team's sort of in the blender. Probably pretty frustrating if you're Cammy. You win a big gunfight, you win a second gunfight.
Skies and Dashy both found picks. 1 player top ammo, 1 player on the B point. It was set up for Cammy to kind of, maybe secure them this match. Instead, Optic hang on by a thread.
Just hanging on, but we're not quite done yet. Clock going to be paused, just under 30 seconds to go. Looking for the minute extension, and lives basically square. Stunned inside.
Damn, they're going to get the minute.
Solid since the reset is Purge. Out the triple positive before he drops, but you keep numbers here. Maybe not for long, though. Snoopy get hit by everything in the kitchen sink, and finally he's going to drop. The reinforcements get there right after he does, though.
Oh, Shotzi cannot get that 2-piece right there.
The hold around the point. Under 15 now to go. Utility is hitting. Bumpers are getting smashed.
Oh my God.
Texas doing enough, I think, to see another round. Clearing that 3rd tick will be Dashy inside. And he is shooting.
There he goes. Now Dashy shooting.
For several more rounds. Optic Texas on the board.
Yeah, I think he kind of called it. You got a multi-kill from Purge, but then it was Shotzi who kind of turns the tide back in their favor to give them lobby control, force them on this tough push, and want to run into this guy is Dashy. Best play of the round. Great shots from him, as we normally see.
Yeah, I don't think he missed a bullet. Okay, he missed that first one, I think there. You saw it go in the ceiling, but for the most part, he was so good. They just need that offensively, or this one is done.
Purge is 16-7.
And on the other side, I mean, Hook the Nuke is 4-10. I'm just talking about, because you're talking about similar roles. You're going to need Hook here to step it up. Same with his duo and Shotzi. This round for the map. Shotzi look for an opening, but the prep is in. They're ready for that push through. Hook, though, going to follow it up. He's going to get shut down as well with headshots clean from Awakening. Can Optic just avoid that stagger? It's going to be multi-kills like that that set up the team for success. I mean, maybe the comms are going to be point, the pacing's not going to be on point. Yeah, you'll rely on the big multis.
Yeah, you're going to rely on the talent right now. Is this Optic team
to win this
Damn.
offensive round, but there's Hook and Dashy. Dashy's still up from that life before, but there's always one more player like there was in the hard point. That time it was
We
Purge.
go with map 4?
Now you have 2 on it.
No way Boston chunks this shit, right?
Well, what? It looks like Boston, one player going to go through under. That's going to be Cammy. You're waiting on him.
Purge and Cammy start to pounce. You take numbers here for a moment. Sky's going to reevaluate the situation. Try to play, maybe I was thinking like a little finesse, play the info game, and now he's going to drop, and now you're into this stagger loop. How do you get out of this? Hook is going to try and take a route. Having a rough map, but trying to look for an opening. He shoots literally everything but Awakening. Maybe scares him there with a wind from the bullets, but he'll track back to the point.
That's a show of force.
That's what you saw that. There's the minute extension now. Okay, here we go.
It was all a distraction to open up the A zone.
Can they get it to around 5? No pressure on the B street. They're going to do this all from the inner door. You have nothing from a map control standpoint towards B. It's Awakening just locking it down. His double. Maybe enough. Shotzi, can he take the route or will it get picked up? They've done a good job reading it.
We have 3 dead. Who is the last alive? It's Shotzi. All right.
Awakening's just already locked on the door, bro.
Cammy and Awakening are just going to watch the flank. I mean, you're just waiting on this guy to make the play. But the timing works out because his teammates find too. Maybe
that is wild timing.
He goes the second dash. He gets the pick on Cammy up top. This is the opening they need to get it to around 5. Objective is moving. Purge, though, has been a monster, and he is winning fights. Hook struggles continue. Shotzi on 6 straight, headbutting the door, and Stoopy that comes out on top. First tick, though, done. Second tick is looming. Dashy's still taking faces.
Only 8 lives left. I mean, you have stalled this round out as well. You have got to push forward. Great stuff on Optic. The team are down point through the street.
Contest is here, and it is clear. Now let's go to around number 5. And now the problem with the replay is
count ticks. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the call is going to be here. If they're just going to play it out, or they're just playing it out, I've been told. So Breach going to have to do this on offense. Honestly, with the delay, I'm not even sure what the math was on it. There we go. One more round. I thought they were chatting through stuff. I wasn't sure if they were reevaluating how this is going to be played out. No, we're going right into it. Okay, so offense for Breach. They're going to have to win it here. This will be a comeback for Optic Texas, and, well, maybe a chance in this series. So things start out well for you. A team kill comes in through the frag from Cammy. Purge has been the hot hand, but he's going to get shut down there. Dashy on 4 straight. He's up to double positive. Maybe Hook starting to bring it a bit as well.
I mean, this is what has been so impressive for Breach.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, every time you've been stuck in your base, they have gotten out of it.
Yeah, they haven't really been stuck.
No.
It hasn't been the stickiest. They've gotten out of it so quickly and so cleanly. Now second tick ripping and roaring. They turn like their own 3 dead into a 3 dead for Optic. Now they have 2 dead, and they might be able to transition this across. They pick another in the back. Last guy's going to be Sky. Sky's just trying to play his life. He's at least able to get 1, and he's able to get away. But right over to the point will be Boston Breach. Striking early and often. Cammy can't put 1 down. Now it's going to need to be 2 minutes of lights out defense.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's it. GG.
Lights it up with a triple, and maybe we're thinking offense. Oh,
trophy.
no, for Boston
GG.
Breach. So the trophy gets in. No band to save them. Can they get through? The contest is here for a moment. Final kill is in. One more contest. Cammy wins it with a pistol. And Optic is
Damn, that's a 3-0 for Optic.
I mean, I thought Skies did enough on that transition to just buy time.
Yeah.
Right, just staying alive. But then it is just all Awakening with the multi-kill again. They spawn street, they stack the point, they have a trophy, they avoid the nades, and well, it comes down to a 1 versus 1. But you had the numbers, did Breach.
I think most of the pressure on Breach was to Cammy an awakening based on some of the early success? You talk about some of the most improved players this year. You talk about Snoopy. Purge as well has been playing great. But now Awakening's playing some of his best COD since like 2019. Honestly, like he's been playing great. Cammy is there with him. And now you're starting to see why sticking it out, battling together, keeping this team through the years to the new title.
Hold up. And now Optic have to go down and play Brett. I mean, that is not. Yeah. They just lost to Vegas. That just happened.
Damn.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago.
Tomorrow is going to be bangers.
I might just call Kenny, write him an apology. I don't know.
I mean, now we're talking champs here soon. They're the AC. They are the AC. They 100%. Are being hunted.
Damn. All right, chat. Appreciate anyone who pulled up to watch the games with me today. We'll be back tomorrow to watch some more. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and please subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 200 subs. Laters.